Tuskegee fans, get ready. The hard-hitting action of Golden Tigers football is back as the winningest HBCU football program in the nation. All eyes are on the Golden Tigers in the 2024 football season, with over a nation-leading 714 wins, 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles. The Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the crowded Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron, from every play to every touchdown. GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football, and our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter.
And we are live on an absolutely gorgeous day here in Tuskegee, Alabama on the Golden Tiger Sports Network, and that means it's time for Golden Tiger football. And on this Saturday afternoon, they meet the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State in SIAC action on Fall Open House and Military Appreciation Day here at Tuskegee University. So glad you could join us for our coverage. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter with the play call. Dylan Matthews joins us momentarily. Mark? 3-3 for the Golden Tigers on their last ball games on the road back at Cleve Abbott this afternoon.
It's great to be back in the friendly confines of Cleve Abbott Stadium. If Tuskegee alumnus Lionel Richie were here, after losing 3 consecutive games to start the season, he'd sing, "You're once, twice, 3 times a winner." And this afternoon, Tuskegee wants to go for number 4.
Indeed, they do. With a win last weekend over the Dragons of Lane College, they get back here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium, and they meet the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, a team that comes in here 2-5 and 0-1 in SIAC play. Definitely not just a stumbling block for the Golden Tigers this afternoon. They have to pay real attention to the Thoroughbreds.
That's a great point. Tuskegee cannot be distracted by the record of Kentucky State. They've got to stay focused, and they've got to lean on their defense, which last week pitched a shutout in the second half. It's been the defense since the Grambling State game that has led this Tuskegee Tiger renaissance.
Indeed, you're right. Last 3 ball games, shutouts, second half. Offense last weekend coming to life, though Bill really settling into his position as a leader of that offense.
And you know I don't like numbers.
No, you don't.
But Tuskegee's defense is still ranked number 1 in the SIAC.
What they have in store this afternoon is they can shut down the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. That'll take them to 4 wins in a row, and more importantly, another conference win as they vie for those 2 spots that play in the championship at the end of the season. Our first break here on the Booster Displays pregame show. After that, we'll come back and get you set for more action here as the Golden Tigers get set to meet the Thoroughbreds live on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Greetings and welcome to Tuskegee, Alabama here at Abbott Memorial Stadium. We want to welcome all of our visitors here, especially Military Appreciation Day here at Tuskegee University. We welcome the parents and others who are coming to visit Tuskegee at this open house. Go TU!
is the Tigers Challenge. We kicked off today with 4 events. Those events being the sprint track carry, the ammo can press, the tug of war, the push-up last man standing.
More money, more problems. More guns, more violence. I be the trouble case. I feel like John Guy. How about the Benz, baby? I feel like John Life. I feel like taking some drink right now and pouring it on my niggas. We ain't never turned down, never.
LT tapping in. Y'all might as well give us the trophy. Commander's Cup. What is it, 2024? Yes, sir. You ready?
The winners of 2024. Say what? The Army.
More money, more problems.
Back live here at Cleve, Abbott Memorial Stadium on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Golden Tigers getting set to meet the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. They're set to meet them on a day that's designated as Fall Open House for Tuskegee, which is when they bring in all high school students in this area just to survey the campus and the school, talk to administrators, see if they have that interest in leaping to joining the Golden Tiger fan base as a student at Tuskegee. It's also Military Appreciation Day. And our Dalen Matthews was over at Moulton Field earlier this morning as a part of a dual celebration here on Military Appreciation Day. Dylan, welcome aboard.
Charles, Mark, thank you guys so much. I am down here on field level of Abbott Stadium, where it is as you can see, crisp, clear day. It's feeling like football out here. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. Not a cloud in the sky. Vibes are amazing. The student section in the shed, I mean, they're always lit, but they are especially lit today. You had the band marching in, the Tuskegee University band marching in. The shed is giving it up for them. In the shed, I mean, early on, even before the band started marching in, they were singing a cappella, and they were sounding very loud here down on field level. So the shed is already ready to go. I'm ready to go. We got a special pregame planned out for you. Later in the game show, I'm going to talk to hired Colonel Palmer Sanders. He is a charter member of the Tuskegee Hall of Fame. We're going to talk to him about this latest Hall of Fame inductee class. Also, it is open house here at Tuskegee University. We're going to have students coming in and getting to witness what a game day is like here at Tuskegee University. And I have a very special thing planned for you when it comes to those school students. We're going to do a special chant, if you will. So more to come in a minute on that. But as far as everything goes, while we are having a good time and we are partying here, the team is absolutely locked in. No horsing around, no nothing going on. All business from our Golden Tigers today as they look to get a win and show out in front of not only the Tuskegee faithful, but they're going to show out in front of some special fans. Some recruits are here as well, so it's a big day here at Abbott Stadium, and we can't wait to get it underway. Charles and Mark, back to you.
Like Dylan's reference to no horsing around, so.
Well, you know, I was flashing back to last weekend watching Tuskegee's team during pregame, and the coaches were emphasizing this is a championship game. They were not taking it lightly, and I was watching pregame this afternoon as well, Charles. Very businesslike down on the field for Tuskegee's Golden Tigers. Not a lot of horsing around, as Dylan mentioned. They were all about trying to get this win number 4.
Let's talk about how they get this win number 4 as we talk about our Wind Creek Casino Montgomery keys to the game for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
Well, you know, during the off week, I was thinking about your phrase, TU, we got you. And I think one of the things about this broadcast that is a little bit unique is that it's suited for the hardcore football fan, but it's also tailored for the casual fan. So if there's one key to the game that I'm going to emphasize this afternoon, is not to watch the football. So one of the keys to the game today is going to be the Tuskegee offensive line against the Kentucky State defense. And what you want to watch for the interior linemen and their technique with their hands. Don't watch the football, watch the hands of the interior linemen. Second key, the running game for Tuskegee is very important. We talked about the 4 tops last week. Don't watch the football. Watch the yards before contact. So when the runner gets the ball in his hands, see how many yards he gains before he is contacted by the defense. If Tuskegee can get positive yards before contact, it's going to be a good day. Third key to this game, defense, baby, defense. Plain and simple. Tuskegee's defense has led the way, and they lead the SIAC for a reason. So this is what we want to follow. They only allow 18 points per game. And you know I don't like numbers.
I know you don't, but on a day where you reference defense, this is Military Appreciation Day, and a part of the military strategy is defense. We'll see how that defense fares this afternoon against the Thorobreds of Kentucky State. Another break here on the Booster Displays pregame show. More ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletics Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletics Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
We're back live here at the Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Mark, you were talking about your keys to the game, and it's about don't watch the football. There's so much going on here in the stadium right now, it's difficult to focus in on one thing. One thing we will dial in is that Dylan Matthews down at Sideline. Dylan's got an update for us from things that are happening as a part of this open house and Military Appreciation Day. Dylan.
We have had a special day here. Pregame, we had some very special pregame festivities before the game at Moton Field Municipal Airport. There was an event where the Full Throttle Formation team, they put together a special event for the high school students that I spoke about earlier coming in. They're coming in and they had a bunch of aircrafts on display. They had a U-28 airplane, a H-60 helicopter, a Diamond 40, and more aircrafts on display. And the Full Throttle Formation team, I got a little insight for you. They're going to do a flyover here over Abbott Stadium, and I can tell you exactly what kind of formation they're going to be in. They're going to be either in a VMAX 12 or a Spirit 12 formation, so be on the lookout for that. The difference is the VMAX 12 has a little bit more aircrafts in the middle, while the Spirit 12 formation is kind of your traditional V. So I got a little insight here. Got a little insight there from Moton Field, but students and spectators, they could sit in different aircrafts. I really wanted to sit in the helicopter, but I let the students have their shine. I didn't cut in the line or anything like that. I waited my turn, but it was just really cool to see. Lift Academy representatives were there as well in case students or anyone interested in maybe becoming the next member of the Full Throttle Formation team was interested. So it was a really cool event. They had food out there as well. You had barbecue, you had seafood, you had all the good food out there for everybody to just dine in, get a couple of pictures of some aircraft, sit in them, get some pictures, and it was just really cool to show what Moulton Field was all about and what everything the great city of Tuskegee can offer, including what we're going to see here today on the football field. So it was a great event, and we're going to see that flyover here soon, and we're going to find out if it's going to be that VMAX 12 or that Spirit 12 formation. We'll find out here soon. Charles and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Captain Matthews. We'll be on the lookout for that as well up here in the booth. And as we talk about that mix of what was going on at Moulton early on and now back at Abbott Stadium, special thanks to the city of Tuskegee and the Mayor Lawrence Tony Haygood, President Mark Brown for that cooperation between the university and the city. Hoping to see that's going to be a brand that takes place from now and forever in terms of just the marriage of cooperation between those two, starting today with Military Appreciation Day.
And just to put a pin on what Dylan just mentioned, I remember our visit to the Tuskegee Airmen Museum, which is right off of I-85, and I couldn't help but remark how small those planes were that the Red Tails actually flew. Those planes are about the size of a small SUV with wings.
Nice call on that. And you know what's unique about this full throttle formation flying team? They actually built their aircraft, the one that they have out there on display at Moulton, and the ones that will be flying over here momentarily and are over the top of Abbott Stadium. So just a special treat to send our thanks out to the men and women who serve this country. And then on open house, we have students from across the region that'll be here in this afternoon and enjoying this unique environment of Tuskegee football.
And speaking of which, we just got a peek at number 65, Sean Stitton, one of the offensive linemen for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers, leading his team out of the locker room very casually to the sideline.
And it's interesting you mentioned Sean here in the pregame show, because on Monday night in the Aaron James Coaches Show, you remember Sean came up a little bit gimpy last weekend. He reported on Monday night that it was not a major thing, and it was welcome to see him out there getting set for football action.
You get a peek at the captains getting ready to come to the center of the field for the coin toss. Tuskegee has got to be thinking, if they can get to a quick start against Kentucky State, they can really demoralize this team visiting this afternoon. It's nice to be back home.
Indeed it is. Full color guard here at Tuskegee. The ROTC department going to be presenting the colors this afternoon as we get set for the national anthem. Just prior to these two teams kicking it off, we're live in the Booster Display pregame show. Tuskegee getting set to meet the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Back with more after the timeout.
Performing the national anthem this afternoon is the marching Crimson Pipers.
Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium. Captains for both teams being introduced at midfield. Out there as well, President Dr. Mark Brown and the mayor of Tuskegee, Honorable Lawrence Haygood serving as honorary captains today, and they are surrounded by the command of the ROTC programs here at Tuskegee University on a gorgeous day in Tuskegee and Military Appreciation Day. And so thankful for the cooperation of the ROTC programs. Just a great collaboration between the programs here on campus and the outreach at Auburn University. Just a strong show of support for military from the university, the city, and the Tuskegee University overall. Toss being conducted at midfield. James Brown, the referee, tossed it. Thought the president would do that, but James Brown has got to back up and give me room. Open the door, I'll do it myself.
You get a good look at Terrence Mays, one of the Tuskegee linemen leading the team out of the locker room. He wears number 99, and he's going to be a player to watch this afternoon, Charles.
Tuskegee wins the toss, and they elect to receive, to put the offense out there first on Military Appreciation Day, Mark. A rarity for Tuskegee. Most of the time, if they win the toss, they actually defer to the defense to come out first. But it'll be the offense out first this afternoon.
Well, let's look for reasons, because I was watching quarterback Raekwon Beal of Tuskegee, who's been improving from week to week. He was very crisp in pregame warm-ups, throwing a lot of timing patterns. So the fact that Beal is finding his groove could have something to do with Tuskegee deciding to take its opening kick.
Flyover being conducted by the full throttle formation team here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium. Take a glance at them right there. Our crew right on top of it, smoke tails and all. The 12 men and women a part of the full throttle. And they performed at Moton Field earlier today, and they conduct the flyover here at Tuskegee. That group out of Peachtree City, Georgia, and got their wings and headed back that way. Much appreciation to them for being a part of our Military Appreciation Day here. Down at field level, we honor the country with the playing of the national anthem.
Captains today are Lieutenant Colonel Lisa Sakura, the Air Force ROTC, Commander Quincy Horcher, the Navy ROTC, and Major David Nguyen of the Army ROTC.
Set for football action after the national anthem. Tuskegee set to go on offense first. We'll have Dylan Matthews down with head coach Aaron James momentarily and get his thoughts just prior to kickoff this contest, an SIAC matchup featuring the Golden Tigers at 3-3 and 3-1 in the SIAC. Thorobreds of Kentucky State 2-5 and looking for their first conference win. Dylan getting close now with head coach Aaron James. You see him on the screen. We're still working toward getting him to get his thoughts before the contest. Tuskegee in a conference matchup this afternoon.
I hope head coach Aaron James got in his pregame warm-up. He's usually in the gym, if only for a few minutes, just to work off some of those pregame jitters. So his tradition is to get that workout in. Hopefully this will be number 4.
Indeed. It's had success over the last 3 ball games Tuskegee has to even their record at 3-3. Tuskegee will have the football first. It'll be Beckford standing deep. And I believe that's going to be Karan Taylor out there as well. Yeah, he's back in that lineup. He'll be standing deep as well.
You get a look at the impact players. Key player, center number 66, LeBron Merriweather for Tuskegee. When Merriweather was inserted into the starting lineup, The offense for Tuskegee started to find its groove, and especially in the running game.
It'll be Anderson to kick it to get us going over the head of Taylor and into the end zone. So Tuskegee on their first possession will have it to start the offense.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Raekwon Beal come out throwing, Charles, even though they're starting from deep in their own territory. He was crisp in warm-ups, and he's been better from week to week. Look for him to go over the middle early.
Let's take a look at the TNT Fireworks starting lineup for the offense for the Golden Tigers. Up front, it'll be Johnny Gilbert at the tight end. The men up front that have improved week after week: Terrence Jordan, Sean Stithen, LeBron Merriweather, Brandon Arrington, and Elliott Howell in the trenches for Tuskegee up front. Receiving corps: Quavon Beckford, Justin Stith, and Reggie Brigman. Those three so dangerous in terms of that upping the accuracy of that passing game for Tuskegee. Raekwon Beal at quarterback. He'll take the snap, doing exactly what you said, Mark, going straight up top. Got a man and laying out for that one. That one goes incomplete. Trying to get it on a crossing route. He was trying to get it into the hands of Quavon Beckford. Beckford with 5 catches last weekend. Trying to go to him early here, Mark.
Beckford running a simple out pattern at about the 40-yard line. Pass was just a little bit ahead of him, but Beal coming out throwing. Tuskegee, for those of you that have not seen the Golden Tigers, they do not huddle. They call the plays at the line of scrimmage. They may take different times to get the play off, but as you can see, Beal looking to the sideline for the signal from his coaches.
Desmond Leverett there at the start at running back. He'll join Bill in the backfield. Slot is at the bottom of the screen. On ball fake again, toward the sideline, squaring up, catching that one at the sideline is Reggie Brigman for his grab, first grab of the game. Behind the sticks, and that is our Fives Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers.
The thing you got to love about Beal, the footwork on that last throw. Planted, throwing off a 3-step drop, very crisp to the sideline for that first down.
Brigman with 2 catches last weekend, his first of the ball game this afternoon against the Thoroughbreds. 1st and 10 for the Golden Tigers after the catch at the sideline. Bill again. Ball fake. This time slides across the middle. Got Beckford in stride. Beckford behind the defense. Beckford to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Golden Tigers. Flag at the line of scrimmage, though. We'll check that out.
I think it's going to be roughing the quarterback against Kentucky State, but Beal showing the accuracy right down the middle. Crisp throw. Touchdown, Tuskegee.
Reference that, Mark, in your pregame comments. They had not run the football at all in this first drive. And James Brown there at midfield making the call, the referee for the football game. And Tuskegee strikes first here on Military Appreciation Day. On the strike from Bill to Beckford. Beckford just picking up where he left off last weekend, had 2 TD catches against the Dragons, his first here against the Thoroughbreds.
Well, with the call by the official Brown, Beckford got on the good foot.
Oh,
takes it for about 60 yards for Tuskegee in that opening score.
Way too early for that, Lasser. It's a good foot out there for the Golden Tigers. And Lorcan Ryans to try the point after. Ryans leaders in the nation in his field goal percentage, and on this point after attempt, he knocks it through for Tuskegee. So the Golden Tigers strike first with 14-12 left, first quarter to play, 7-0 lead for TSU. Back after the timeout.
Fans, mark your calendars for a monumental event. Tuskegee University will celebrate the 100th homecoming this year on November 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
Strike first here. And now the Thoroughbreds set to return the kick, but the assessment and the Ryans hit the goal post on the kickoff. The assessment against the Thoroughbreds on the touchdown by Tuskegee allowed the Golden Tigers to kick it from midfield, and no return by the Thoroughbreds And Tuskegee will send out the defense now with a 7-0 lead. Take a look at the TNT starting lineup for the Golden Tigers defensively. It'll be Messiah Wells, Terrence Mays, Jarrell Colbreth, and Anthony Scott, the 4 up front. At the corners, Michael King and Adian Glover. That's the Tuskegee connection there, both Tuskegee natives. And at the linebacking core, it's been Malik Moore, Charles Davis Jr., and Noah Holton. And then the secondary, Rossi Grimes and Michael McGuire. Thoroughbreds under Denham Johnson, the sophomore quarterback. He'll line up in the shotgun. Ball fake. Johnson fires it out in the flats. He's got his first reception of the ball game. They work it out to the corner. Catch was made there by Roscoe Parrish Jr., the junior from Miami, one of their favorite targets, and he runs it for a first down.
The challenge for the Tuskegee defense is that Kentucky State Charles likes to run a lot of ball fake action, a lot of quarterback option plays that they like to run from. They're very accurate in the passing game as well. Their quarterback is going for about 56% on completions.
Parrish with 22 catches coming into today's ball game, got his first there. Now they'll work it out to the second fumble on the play there. It's loose on the play. Tuskegee saying that they had a hand on it, but I believe the Thoroughbreds are able to dive on it. It was the quarterback or the wideout, Kel Anderson, who was following that play, and he dove on it for the Thoroughbreds, so they'll keep it from the 43-yard line.
I'm going to go ahead and give thanks for this little things in life, because we've seen Tuskegee come out in a lot of different uniforms combinations this season. I am thankful for the white jerseys and the maroon numerals.
Easy spot from up here. Johnson, he'll take the snap, rolling to his left, raises, fires toward the sideline. Catch made there. Michael King trying to step in front of that pass, had a chance at an interception, but a well-thrown ball by Johnson got it to the receiver, a couple of yards shy of the first down marker.
Michael King had that route and measured his timing just a little bit off. King is only 5'10". He's got to contend sometimes with larger receivers. You can see on the replay how he was a hair from making a play on that football.
8-yard pickup on the pass from Denham. This time they'll keep it on the ground. Slicing left side, Tuskegee playing that well at the line of scrimmage. An injured Thoroughbred down there at the 48-yard line.
Give credit to Charles Davis, linebacker for Tuskegee, in on that tackle. Player down for Tuskegee, still down on the field, appears to be Adam Backman, offensive lineman, 6 foot 290 out of St. Louis, Missouri. Backman is sitting up, but he's really struggling on the field, favoring that right knee, it appears.
They ran that play to the left side of the Thoroughbred offense. Tuskegee shut that play down at the line of scrimmage. It will be a 4th down for the Thoroughbreds. And as you indicate, Badwin headed toward the sideline. Some help from the training staff. And now the punting unit for the Thoroughbreds onto the football field. Landon Glover, the freshman, averaging 37 yards per punt. This will be his first punt of the afternoon. And it'll be Karan Taylor, the junior from Claxton, Georgia, standing back near the 10, awaiting the offering.
Watching the Thoroughbred punter during pregame, Charles, he gets decent height on his punts, not that much distance, but watch the hang time.
Glover with the snap. Tuskegee coming at it. He'll try to turn it over, kicked it away from Taylor. Bounces straight up, and Thoroughbreds will grab it in the air near the 15, and that's where Tuskegee comes back out onto the football field with a 7-0 lead. So an impressive quick drive by the Golden Tigers on their first possession in the football game.
It was a very aggressive drive, not going to the running game early, but trying to establish the pass game. Again, Tuskegee back to the line of scrimmage, no huddle, going apparently with 2 wide receivers on this next formation.
And we talked about it last weekend, how important it is for Tuskegee to start ahead in the football game. They did it last weekend, and they do it here this afternoon. Bill, he'll line up in the pistol. Leverett joins him in the backfield. On the ground, Leverett got some space left side. Leverett tumbled over near the 25-yard line, but that's a nice pickup by Leverett on that play, pickup of 10. And that'll move the chains for Vive's Restaurant first down.
Also, for people tuning in for the first time, Tuskegee's running backs all go around 5'9", 5'10", very quick off the start.
On the ground, Leverett very quick on this play, left side. Second wave of the Thoroughbred defense, runs it up near the 32-yard line. And again, a Vibes Restaurant first down after that carry by Leverett.
We talked about not watching the ball. Watch the left side of the Tuskegee offensive line. They've been able to carve out space on the last two plays, having the advantage over Kentucky State on that edge.
Beg your pardon, that was up to the 36 on that carry for Leverett, and the chains move. And Tuskegee with the football at 11:03 remaining first quarter of play. 7-0 lead. Bill, ball fake, fires toward the sideline, shot it out there trying to get it into the hands of Garmin, but shot it right into the Thoroughbred bench for an incomplete pass.
The thing about Raekwon Beal, Charles, the quarterback for Tuskegee, you've heard of throwing at three quarters and throwing at sidearm. Beal is somewhere lower than three quarters, but he's higher than sidearm. And I was trying to get the math on what that might be called, and the best I come up with, and I don't like math. The best I could come up with, he throws with the 3/8 motion, so he's very quick with it. But it's a slingshot, as you mentioned, type of motion. Watch his arm angle as he releases the football.
Second down and 10 from the 36. Ball fake. Bill set to release it in the pocket. Surveys, fires it upfield. Open man there. Catch made at the sideline by Gabriel Shell. Shell up the field. Tuskegee moving the chains.
They're going to claim that the ball came out after Shell apparently caught it. Watch his hands. Don't watch the football. Shell makes the catch, comes out late.
Won't get that past the GTSN camera crew right on top of that. You see that shot. He did not corral that football right to the turf, so the pass incomplete.
Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, though.
Very catchable nonetheless. Bill with the snap. Here comes the pressure, and they sack him. Good surge there by the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, and Bill is sacked.
Kentucky State came with the blitz, added Kendrick Curry. Oh, let me change that. Mattia Youthman on that blitz, one of their linebackers coming in late to catch Beal off guard.
7th sack of the Tuskegee quarterbacks on the season, and that crushes that drive by the Golden Tigers. They started out a couple of good completions to get a couple first downs, but now Larkin Ryan's on to punt it away. Ryan's 30 yards per punt for the Golden Tigers. Not able to turn this one over, but he got it to roll forward up the field, working its way down inside of the 30-yard line. And Ryan's, as we referenced, when he's punting, he tries to get that football spinning forward as if he's kicking on a field goal or point after attempt, and he gets that favorable roll once it hits the surface.
Ryan's more of a power punter than a punter that relies on technique.
So the line of scrimmage for the Thoroughbreds will put them down at their own 27-yard line.
Kentucky State also not using a huddle, calling plays at the line of scrimmage, going with 3 wide receivers to the near side.
Denham at quarterback. They bring a man in motion. That's Anderson. They'll roll right side, pass out in the flats, catch made out there, but wrapped up immediately. Good defensive work by the Golden Tiger defense.
I like the action by Tuskegee, Charles, to defend that play, because once Tuskegee sent the second receiver in the slot in motion, they could have gone for that fake and be drawn to the far side of the field. They stayed home, made the play on the catch.
Glover with the stop for the Golden Tiger defense. 2nd down and 8 now for the Thoroughbreds after the pickup of 2 on the pass out in the flats to Roscoe Parrish Jr.
Teams are easily faked out by that early motion.
Yeah, we saw that last weekend with the touchdown by the Dragons in the end zone. Johnson, he'll take the snap. Inside pressure by the Golden Tigers. He'll go up top, got Anderson behind the defense, and he beat Glover downfield and makes the catch on the other end of the field for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Just a one-on-one with Glover at the sideline, and he got a step on it.
Javion Miller for Tuskegee, the linebacker, was just a hair late on his pressure. As you see this throw deep downfield, accurate throw against the Tuskegee defense for this huge first down for Kentucky State.
Yeah, Glover just a couple of steps behind Anderson got the separation on the sprint downfield and a good pass from Johnson. Anderson already with 2 catches in this football game. That's Roscoe Parrish Jr., a correction, left side going down the sideline. Easy touchdown run there for Tyler Bursey for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, as Bursey got a good crease left side and run the sideline for the touchdown.
We talked about the ball fake action that Kentucky State likes to run. They made the fake to the right, came back left. Tuskegee was not home, and all of a sudden, we have a 7-6 ball game.
Just that quickly, Thoroughbreds answer. They get set for the point after. Looks like they're lining up. Well, now they're going to set it up for a field goal. It'll be Anderson to hold and Glover to kick. So the Thoroughbreds answering the touchdown by Tuskegee. They answer with a run. Flag coming in there as the Thoroughbreds having some difficulty getting players in on this point after attempt. So that will push them back 5. But you referenced that run on the ground marked by the Thoroughbreds left side. That play, no misdirection on that. They just really started on the left side of their offensive line, and a gaping hole on that run. Easy for Bursey to find the spot and run to the end zone. So that'll push the PAT unit for the Thoroughbreds back. Glover set to kick. Glover spatted in his Thoroughbred green shoes. Snap, place, and kick. And Glover is on target for the Thoroughbreds. So, 8:24 left in the first quarter. 7-7 score. Golden Tigers and the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State back with football action after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Aaron James, head coach at the Tuskegee University. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU.
Greetings and welcome to Tuskegee, Alabama, here at Abbott Memorial Stadium. We want to welcome all of our visitors here, especially Military Appreciation Day here at Tuskegee University. We welcome the parents and others who are coming to visit Tuskegee at this open house. Go TU!
Thoroughbreds answering the touchdown by the Golden Tigers. Football game tied at 7 each.
One of the few times we've seen this season team go deep on Tuskegee's defensive backs. Extra time to throw. Great throw by the Kentucky State quarterback.
Surveying the shed here at Cleve Abbott Alumni Stadium. On the kick, Taylor will watch it go back into the end zone, and Tuskegee will come out from the line of scrimmage. Open house day here at Tuskegee University, and that's always a good time for the Crimson Piper Marching Band to crank things up, and they're doing it here for a nice contingent of high school students in the area here visiting the campus with the idea that these students that you see here will eventually become Tuskegee students on one of the greatest universities in the country. Also Military Appreciation Day. I want to extend my thanks to members of that Military Appreciation Day Planning Committee, particularly Nikki Jordan, the director of the Bolton Field Municipal Airport, and to Major Scott Doler, part of the ROTC program here at Tuskegee University. You don't realize the amount of planning that went into this day, and a special thanks to those two kind of leading our committee and getting us to this day that combined concerns for open house and Military Appreciation Day. I think we got it all kind of worked out now. Next year it's going to be even bigger here at Tuskegee University and in the city of Tuskegee. 7-7 score, Bill and the offense of the Golden Tigers back out on the field. This time it's going to be Spivey with the football. Thought I heard a whistle at the line of scrimmage, but Spivey still plunging ahead. Runs out of bounds. Tackle there on the Thoroughbred side of the field, but Spivey running awfully close to that first down marker.
Spivey with a tough run all the way into the Kentucky State bench for an apparent first down. His running mate, Sean Stitton, the offensive lineman, was there to clear traffic away to help get him back on the field. Stitton wears number 65. Watch how far Spivey goes to the sideline after this play, puts out the stiff arm, and hit almost all the way to the bench.
Spivey's first carry of the afternoon came in with 19 carries for 114 yards for the Golden Tigers. Pickup of 9 on his first carry to go right back to him, right side this time. Spivey spun out toward the Tuskegee sideline. He may be about a half a foot shy of that first down marker.
From time to time, Tuskegee also likes to go to the direct snap to one of their 4 talented backs. Not so much this afternoon so far, as Beal has had a very good day throwing.
It'll be short of the marker, 3rd down and less than a yard for the Golden Tigers. Football at their 39-yard line. Beal lines up in shotgun on a 3rd and less than a yard. On the ground, they give it to Spivey. No doubt about that one. Got to the yard to gain there right at the 40-yard line. So that's going to be a Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They'll keep the football with 6:43 remaining in the first.
Spivey showing a nice burst on the handoff, getting up to full speed, picking up that first down.
So fresh set of downs now. We're tied at 7 each. Splits either side for Bill. He's in the pistol. Spivey with him in the backfield. They'll give it to Spivey. Spivey dances left side. Got a block at the corner. Spivey past midfield for the Golden Tigers. Inside of the 40-yard line, down at the 38. Great blocking scheme up front for the Golden Tigers.
Number 72, Roy Berry for Tuskegee, pulled on that last play. Got the clean block on the inside. Watch the block by 72. And there's the hole.
And Spivey with some nifty running after that. Same jumping over one would-be defender. And back to live action. Does the same thing on this play from scrimmage. They went to the same side. Spivey with the run. And it's a scrum down near the 15-yard line, but that takes place after the Vibes Restaurant run for the first down.
Behind every successful running play, Charles, there's a block thrown downfield by a wide receiver. That time, Tuskegee had 2 wide receivers deep downfield. Kentucky State didn't like that attitude.
Lining up to 25, fresh set of downs for the Golden Tigers. Beal going quickly again. Spivey left side looking for some more room there. This time wrapped up at the jersey, spun forward up near the 22-yard line.
If one characteristic unites all the running backs for Tuskegee, you rarely see them thrown backwards. They're always leaning forward, even off the spin that time. Spivey is always going forward, picks up a short 3 on his own.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. And we go down to 5 minutes left, first period of play. Tied at 7.
Garman limping for Tuskegee as he's trying to line up. They're going to call timeout on the near sideline. Looks like Kentucky State. Thankfully for Garman, he gets a break to go to the sideline.
Head coach Aaron James coming out there, taking a look at Garman as he's up under his own power and headed toward the sideline now. So the Golden Tigers against this Thoroughbred defense with 4:53 left in this first quarter. Another sustained drive as we're tied at 7 each.
Garman's a key player for Tuskegee, Charles. He's one of their possession receivers, going at 6'3", 175.
Garman really had a breakout game early in the season coming into today's ball game. 5 catches for 116 yards. Remember, had that long catch for 46 yards that set them up for a touchdown early on in the first ball game of the season. Players back out on the field. Bill at quarterback. Bottom of your screen, Beckford. Top of your screen, Brickman.
Look for Beal to attack here.
Officials stepping in.
And just when you say that, everything stops.
A delay on the attack.
But imagine if officials are trying to get something sorted out with the play clock.
Game clock at 4:36 in the first quarter. Play clock now at 25. James Brown, referee, leading this crew this afternoon. Yeah, they were looking at it, Mark, and decided it was okay where it was. So Bill in the offense face a 2nd down and 7. Snap to Bill. Ball fake up top. Here comes the pressure. Unloads to the end zone. Crossing route. Catch. Beckford. Touchdown. Golden Tigers. What a strike by Bill to his favorite target now. Beckford on a crossing route. Had to go high to get it. He made the jump. Makes the catch. 6 for the Golden Tigers.
As we saw last week, Beal deliver another accurate throw on a rope to the end zone. Watch Beal step, 3-step drop, and just plant and throw a dart.
Beckford going high to dive for it in the end zone for the grab. And on that play, Mark, Bill knew that he was getting ready to take a shot, saw the defender coming right in front of him, still stayed in there to throw that lance downfield.
Excellent point. That's the 2nd time this ball game that he stood in, absorbed contact, only to deliver an accurate throw.
Ryan's accurate on the point after. Tuskegee leads at 14-7 over the Thoroughbreds. 4:19 left first quarter. Timeout here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Do you want to dance?
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
The combination of Raekwon Bill and Quavon Beckford strikes again here. Touchdown pass. Tuskegee leads at 14-7.
What I want to know is Beal continues to improve. Where will he be another few games into the season?
Sure. He has really improved dramatically. On the return, Thoroughbred return man takes it up to the 30. That's Parrish. And that's where their offense will come back out onto the football field.
Give credit to Jovan Hunter, the Tuskegee special teams, making that tackle as you get a look at what is known affectionately as the shed. For those of you not familiar with Tuskegee football, the shed is literally a shed on the home side of the field, opposite from the alumni side of the field, and that's where the students hang out.
And joining the students this afternoon with high school students from around the region on open house day to see what it's like to be a part of the shed. Johnson in pistol, Crimson Piper marching band, making it difficult for them to hear here at field level.
And why is it important to have a shed in Tuskegee, Alabama, Charles? Is because early in the season, you need a shed with a cover on it to withstand the heat and the sun at Cleve Abbott Stadium.
Indeed, one of the most unique environments in all of college football, the shed here at Tuskegee University.
And one of the loudest.
Yeah, the band plays right up under that tin shed, and it just pushes that sound out toward the entire stadium. Whatever renovations continue to take place here at Tuskegee, you won't see any to the shed, not unless they just expand it. And talk about expanding the Thoroughbreds with a pass across the middle. They got it into Jaden Hale, and the sophomore able to run it on the Tuskegee end of the field after the catch and run.
We talked about quarterback Denham Johnson for Kentucky State. An accurate thrower. Denham Johnson is only 5'10", 150, but he can spin it.
They are on the Tuskegee end of the football field after the catch by Hill. Now they go left side, getting it in the hands of Parrish, their favorite wideout. And Parrish with a catch and run upfield, close to a first down on that run after catch.
Johnson's out of Humble, Texas. What you realize about him as well, Charles, he has a very quick release, very decisive with his footwork. Got the ball out to the sideline, picking up another first down for Kentucky State, nearly. They're about a yard shy.
So they move it at the 37 of the Golden Tigers. Ball fake, Johnson this time squaring it up, got it to the man on the inside, cutting off the route. The catch was made by Mono, and Mono spins his way inside the 25 down near the 23.
Denham Johnson that time, Charles, throwing off a two-step drop, very decisive to the right side. what he is doing so far is using a lot of the field, going to the sidelines.
No, this second grab of the season for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. He got enough for a first down. We're at 1:58 left, first quarter. 14-7 lead for the Golden Tigers on the ground. They run that play that they scored on the last time, almost close to the same result there. Running it at the left side was Tyler Bursey. Bursey with a burst of speed there toward the sideline, runs it inside the red zone now, and they'll mark him out down near the 5. See where they actually put him out of bounds. Going to be right at the 6-yard line for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
That play has a look of an option where you can see the quarterback Johnson put the ball into the belly of the running back. On previous plays, he's actually pulled it out and passed off that same formation. That time, he ran it to the left side with success.
So it's 1st and goal to go now for the Thoroughbreds, trying to answer the touchdown by the Golden Tigers. Denham peers the sideline for the call, joined in the backfield by Bursey. Looks like Coach Felton Huggins is going to take a timeout here. Coach Huggins, in his second year as a head coach of the Thoroughbreds, he calls the plays from the sideline. And so far, they've been able to answer every time TU scores.
One player not happy to see that timeout for Kentucky State is Rodriguez Jackson II, offensive lineman. Charles, you sitting down, 6'3", 383 pounds. Now, if you're 6'3", 383, coach calls timeout, you've got to jog to the sideline, then you've got to jog back on the field. At 383 pounds, I think I'd rather stay at the line of scrimmage and wait.
Well, I don't see that he did that. He did jog over. So
if you could call that jogging, it was closer to a shuffle.
Yeah, more of a meander, right? I'll get there when I get there.
What are they feeding him at 383 pounds is what I want to know. You might want to mix in a salad every now and then.
Just to keep it honest, right? Yeah, he's a big one. Yes, sir. Look at him and Quentin Green.
Number 71, right in the middle of your screen, taking up quite a bit of space.
Pretty big line up there for them anyway. So after the timeout now, the Thoroughbreds, 1st and goal to go from the 6. Denham, he'll take the snap. Football loose in the air and it's picked up right there by the Golden Tigers. And right in mid-stride, down the middle of the field, it's going to be a touchdown run for Kawan Kimber with no one near him. And Kimber scores for the Golden Tigers. That one popped straight up and right into the arms of Kawan. Didn't have to do a thing, kept his balance, able to regain his footing and runs it to the other end of the field on a 94-yard return of a fumble and a touchdown for the Golden Tigers.
Kimber illustrating another reason why he was named SIAC Player of the Week on defense 2 weeks ago. Makes the catch of this mishandled football and goes all the way for the Golden Tigers, 80 yards for the score.
That was intended to be a misdirection with a handoff to Bursey on the inside, but Johnson got too close and the football just popped up between the two of them. And Ryan's now with the point after, and Larkin, he's on target for the Golden Tigers. So just threatening at the 6-yard line, the defense comes up big again for the Golden Tigers. This time, Kawan Kimber, as you see him there, running it for the touchdown.
Just like that, when Kentucky State had thoughts of tying this ball game up, the Tuskegee Golden Tiger defense shows up big once again with the turnover, and the score is 21-7.
That'll go down as a 94-yard return for Kimber and that Golden Tiger defense to extend their lead to 21-7.
Well, you know I hate numbers. I knew that was a long way. I just put 80 on it just to be safe.
Well, you had all that covered and a few more. Kimber running it for the touchdown. That's his first touchdown of the season. Almost close to our Vibes Restaurant pick 6 deal, because that could have came close to being a pass pick.
Think about Military Appreciation Day, Charles, and what you have to be in shape for if you're in ROTC. They're doing push-ups for every point scored by Tuskegee. We're only in the first quarter, and Tuskegee has 21. I hope they're in shape.
Yeah, we were talking about that as part of the planning committee and talking about having the cadets out here doing the push-ups. And Major Dollar just kind of halfway joking about it said, we got to get some guys from Auburn as well because there's going to be a lot of scores. And we don't want to have one group just being worn out here. On the return now, Parrish up the middle of the gut for the Thoroughbreds. Hit and knocked to his left up to the 29-yard line, and that's where the Thoroughbreds will take over. And the Golden Tiger defense comes back out. Injured player for Tuskegee on the return. That was Marcus Hawthorne, but it's junior from Moss Point, Mississippi, able to get up and run towards the sideline.
The good news for Tuskegee's defense is that they got the turnover and the score. The bad news is they're back on the field with not much rest. After that long drive by Kentucky State, the challenge for Tuskegee's defense now is to catch their breath, see if they can get that second wind on this immediate drive for Kentucky State.
That's the trade-off with the quick points for sure. Johnson, he'll keep it on the ground now. They'll try to work it right side. Cut down at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive work there for the Golden Tigers defensively. Somebody lost a helmet there and a flag coming in at the back of that play. I don't know if that was related to the helmet coming off, but we'll check them both.
Well, not just that. Right before the snap of the ball, right tackle Cameron Henson for Kentucky State lost his mouthpiece, came right out of his mouth and dropped it on the field while he's in formation. Without getting the call for illegal motion, he gets the mouthpiece, puts it back in, and goes into formation.
You talk about precision. He did it all on the fly, right?
You've got to be good to get that mouthpiece on the slide without getting a penalty call.
Well, the one thing you don't want to be is out there without one. You get rattled a little bit, you can lose some teeth real easy. So we'll sort this out. Referee James Brown to make the call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 61. After play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 55. No foul, offset, down count.
Game becoming a little contentious with the offsetting penalties.
Yeah, Lance Watkins for the Golden Tigers defensively. He was hit with that assessment, personal foul. And like you said always, it's not necessarily who starts something. It's the last one that usually gets called.
You always get the second guy. But one thing, give credit to Tuskegee, Fort Charles. They've been very disciplined on defense. We haven't seen a lot of penalty calls this season called against them.
Line of scrimmage now to 27 for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. They back them up to the 27.
We talked about not watching the football. Don't watch the football. Watch number 32, Kequan Kimber. He is one of the captains in performance on this Tuskegee defense.
They're going to set the game clock to 30 seconds. Right now showing 13 here inside Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium.
Is it just me, or has this been one of the longest first quarters we have played this season?
Hadn't thought about that. You're right. It's got 30 seconds remaining in it. It's already featured 28 points, so could very well be. Be interesting to check that time of possession at halftime when we get into halftime as well. Johnson lines up. He'll take the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket. They flush him. He's on his bicycle now. Works it left side toward the sideline. Scoots out in front of the Tuskegee bench. Up about 7 on the carry.
Denham Johnson is a very smart quarterback. He caught Kequan Kimber bearing down at him right at the sideline and said, I'm going to go out of bounds instead of taking this another 2 yards in the field of play. Look at number 32, Kimber, waiting to make a hit.
Well, you talk about playing another day. That was a wise choice. And speaking of playing another day, we head into another quarter here. At the end of one, it's a 21-7 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. More Golden Tiger football on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. TU, we got you. More after the break.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee over the Thoroughbreds, let's go down the field level. Dylan Matthews.
Charles, Mark, I am greatly and pleasure to be joined by Miss Deidre Moore. She is a part of the Tuskegee Alumni Association, and she is representing the Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club, ATAC you can call them for short, and she is here and a part of facilitating the great open house that Tuskegee is putting on this afternoon. And Ms. Moore, first thing I want to ask you is what all do the high school students get to experience during today?
Well, thank you for asking that question. So it's a whole day where they get the entire Tuskegee experience. They're going to come in the morning. They get to learn about the different schools and degrees that they can work in. They also get to see all the great activities, the student activities, such as the Greek organizations, SGA, ROTC, the band, obviously the band. So they get to get a lot of the Tuskegee experience, and then they get to have a tour of the campus and get to see the schools that they may be interested in, followed by lunch, and then of course this great game that's going on right now.
That's right, Tuskegee, we like what we see so far on the scoreboard. And Ms. Moore, also too, we have about over 15, a little around 15 high schools represented as far as high school students that are here. How important is it to get all these students to recognize what Tuskegee is offering as far as higher education?
I think it's very important. So in Atlanta, we recruit the most students that come to Tuskegee every year. We usually have about 100 students, and we want them to see the wonderful opportunities here at Tuskegee, but with HBCUs in general, because a lot of them, depending on what part of the city they live in, they live up in North Atlanta, they may not get the opportunity to experience the predominantly black colleges or predominantly black schools. So this gives them an opportunity to see the entire perspective of going to an HBCU, not only what they can get from an academic standpoint, but also from a social aspect as well.
There she is, Tuskegee alumni Deidre Moore, part of the Tuskegee Alumni Association, representing the Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club. Again, ATAC for short. Ms. Moore, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.
Charles and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan, and thank you, Deidre, for joining us here at Cleve Abbott Alumni Stadium. She's an alum of Tuskegee, and you heard her reference to the alumni chapter in Atlanta, one of the strongest in the Tuskegee family of alumni chapters. And they bring the students, talk about 100 from the Atlanta area, couple that with the other ones from open house in general, and that's how you have that large open house population of potential students coming to Tuskegee. Shout out to the Atlanta chapter of Tuskegee University. Meanwhile, back on the field, the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State on a couple of plays, one of which included a face mask by the Golden Tigers. They have the football now at the 49-yard line, just on the Tuskegee end of the football field. And it'll be Johnson lining up alone in the backfield. Straight drop by him. They'll roll him, flush him right side. Raises, fires, man on a comeback right to the middle of the field. Into the hands of Parrish. Parrish turns it upfield, fumble the football. Tuskegee comes away with it. But may rule him down, we'll see. Parrish slow to get up.
Give credit to Tuskegee getting pressure on Denham Johnson. Kentucky State picks up the blitz. We have a man down for Kentucky State after the play. As the reception was made, ball was signaled by the Tuskegee defense as if they had made the recovery. We'll get another look and see if that did come out early. Maybe ruled down by a contact based on that replay.
Catch was made by Roscoe Parrish. He's had several here in this first half, but take a look at the end of this play, Mark, as he's tackled. You'll see him, they kind of spring him forward, and he comes down on that left shoulder right into the turf. But looks like he's up and headed toward the sideline, but favoring that left shoulder as he was slung to the carpet and hit hard in that secondary by the Golden Tigers. But he is headed toward the sideline now.
No signal by the officials that favors the Tuskegee defense. They are back on the field, so Kentucky State will maintain possession and continue this drive.
They are down at the 27 of the Golden Tigers. Quick reminder that if there's a pick six in this ball game by the Golden Tigers, you can visit us at the Aaron James Coaches Show on Monday at Vibes Restaurant and get your free boneless 6-piece wing dinner if they are able to get a pick six.
So you're saying the fumble doesn't count?
No, fumble, that's what I was talking about. Then just barely missed a pass. Johnson in the pocket. He'll roll it right side. Here's the pressure. Flushes it to the middle of the field. Man there at the 5-yard line. A flag on that play as they push him to the end zone. Signal on the play at the end zone as a touchdown, but we'll check the flag out here near the 20-yard line. Likely this one coming back on the roll by Johnson. It's that area where you normally see a hold by the offensive lineman.
Odd point of the field, Charles. It's almost a 50-50 call between offensive and or defensive holding. You can see the Kentucky State offense retreating, so by their body language, this is going to come up against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
Johnson on that scramble right side. And that offense trying to protect him there. Commits the hold, and that'll push them back. Thoroughbreds coming into the ball game today, 5th in the SIAC in penalties, had 50 total for 401 yards, giving up about 57 yards in penalties during the course of football game. That'll push them back outside the 30 now to the 33 with 12:33 remaining in this first half.
Nice extended look at Malik Moore, the linebacker for Tuskegee, wears number 3, one of the leaders on this defense.
Indeed he is. First team all-conference, back-to-back selections. And this is his 28th ball game for the Golden Tigers, in which he's made at least one tackle.
Officials now coming to the sideline. Again, it seems to be some coordination or miscoordination with the field clock and the play clock. Play clock to our right reads 0.
.12:33 on the game clock. And we'll see where they put 1 second on there is what they've got now showing. So from the 32-yard line now, KSU with the football, Tuskegee leading at 21-7. Bursey in motion, straight ahead. Johnson on the run right side. Johnson inside the 30, down near the 28.
Denham Johnson at 5'10" and only 150 pounds, showing a lot of courage, taking that quarterback snap, going straight up the middle, trying to pick up some yardage on that first down and long call.
We have seen Bursey for that offense for the Thoroughbreds carrying much of the load on the ground, but it's actually the quarterback Johnson who led them on the ground rushing coming into today's ball game with 68 carries for 241 yards. So likely not unfamiliar with calling his own number running the football. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now. Football at the 28-yard line. Denham in that pistol formation, 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. He's joined in the backfield by Josiah Salim, the freshman from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Play clock showing 0 here. Maybe that's not functioning now and they're keeping it on the field. That would seem to be the case. Snap to Johnson. Here comes the pressure. They flush him left side. Johnson wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Tuskegee with a good surge there.
I like the strategy by Tuskegee, Charles. Right before the snap, linebacker Corey Martin was shuffled to the left side of the formation. Lance Watkins, number 56 for Tuskegee, gets in on the pressure. But the disguised defense by the Golden Tigers caused some confusion by Kentucky State, and they get the sack on the play.
So that'll push the football back after the sack. Wow. Didn't see that flag coming. And it's another unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Golden Tigers.
Just when I was singing the praises about how disciplined they were, they're picking up these ticky-tack penalties, and not penalties in action, but penalties after the play is over.
Absolutely, and we talked about that even last week about those are the penalties that you don't want. You can avoid those easily just by being disciplined. So that will give the Thoroughbreds a first down.
A huge gift at this position on the field.
At the 15 of the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee with a 21-7 lead. Johnson with the snap. Looks right. Flare pass to the corner of the end zone. And coming back, Michael King he was facing the defender and just turned around. The football actually hit him in the back as he turned around, and a flag coming in.
King, as you mentioned, just a little bit late getting his head around, had both arms outstretched trying to defend that deep corner route. You'll see the technique by King. He's back to the pass, and actually the pass appeared to hit him in the shoulder pad. 3 flags came in as King's trying to plead his case, but he's going to lose that one.
Indeed. That pass kind of thrown to the inside. He turned back and then kind of shoving the receiver there as he was turning back to the inside. That's what they picked him up with there.
That was a back shoulder throw that hit the shoulder of the defender.
Yeah. Somebody's back shoulder. Johnson, they will line up in the pistol on a 1st and goal to go now for the Thoroughbreds after the assessment. On the ground, right side, pushing it, stringing it toward the sideline. They deny Salim. He was trying to break the plane, but that defense just shoved him toward the sideline. He'll be down at maybe the 1.5 yard line.
Go ahead and give a Golden Tiger Golden Star to Charles Davis Jr., the linebacker for Tuskegee that closed that play down in a hurry. That had the appearance of a sure touchdown.
Indeed, yeah. They had the space right side, but the defense caught up. 2nd and goal to go now. Thoroughbreds bring them into the right side of the offense. They'll run it that way, trying to get back to the inside. Second effort, they may have gotten across with that, and they did. The initial surge, the Golden Tigers had them bunched up at the line of scrimmage, but those heavy linemen for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State just kind of laying in at the back of that play, they pushed the pack across the goal line.
Nothing fancy. Running behind big number 77, Jalen Francis, who's also a load at 6'8", 330 for Kentucky State. Too much beef in the middle for Tuskegee to handle.
Guy Dorsey, the freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, followed that line and got the touchdown run for KSU. 10:28 left first half of play. Glover on now to try to point after. And Tuskegee only itself to blame for the 6 for the Thoroughbreds. Big penalty coming in there to get them inside the red zone. Flags coming in here now. Thoroughbreds having, again, trouble lining up for the point after.
Yeah, I watched the Kentucky State offensive linemen come on the field for a pregame. They don't jog onto the field. They walk on.
Saving it all, right?
They have got one of the biggest offensive lines we've seen so far in the SIAC. They're not pretty, but they are big.
Indeed, they are. That'll push Glover back on the point after attempt. Didn't bother him the first time they scored. He was able to connect on the PAT after an assessment. Trying to do the same here. High snap, they got it down. Glover with the kick, and he's true. So the Thoroughbreds score with 10:28 remaining in the first half. They cut into the Golden Tiger lead, 21-14. TU with the lead. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Be the you you've always wanted to be.
Glover to kick it there for the Thoroughbreds. It'll be fielded by Beckford at the 8. Beckford trying to get some space right side. Sprints past the 25, knocked down at the 27-yard line. And that's where Tuskegee comes back on offense. And they come back out on the field leading at 21-14. As they make it back onto the field, took a chance for us to take a look at the standings of the SIAC. Just about a little bit over midway of the SIAC football season. This is game 7 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. But as you take a look at the SIAC, Mark, one of the teams that is on the Tuskegee schedule that they'll have to beat to be in part of that 1 and 2 tandem for the championship is the Golden Bears of Miles College. They are the only undefeated SIAC team in conference play. So on the ground, Golden Tigers now. Not much happening there as they push it left side.
Another team to note, Charles, that we're going to see in a couple of weeks. Clark Atlanta comes into the season, or this week, with the league-leading passer for the SIAC.
Yeah, if we can probably throw those standings up there one more time, we'll take a look at something very interesting with regard to where we are with the standings on the SIAC. We talked about Miles being up there at number 1, and you just referenced Clark Atlanta. Guess what? The number 1 and number 2 team playing today against each other.
I hope they both lose.
I don't know how that'll happen, but we can hope. Bill going up top. He may not have to hope on this one. Got a man in stride. Catch made downfield. Kenneth K.J. Law behind the defense for a Vibes Restaurant first down.
Law brings some order to the pass by Beal deep downfield. One of the most accurate throws we've seen by Beal this season on long distance. Watch the throw. Sets his feet in stride.
Right on the numbers for Law downfield. KJ with another big catch on the ground now. Sellers out there handling the football. That's Chase's first carry of the football game, and he'll work it down to the 25-yard line.
Beal seems to be enjoying the deep game more than ever before. Flag down on the field right about the 27-yard line. We'll sort this one out, but watch the arc and the throw being made where the receiver is able to make the catch in stride. That's the key.
We'll push them back 5 on a replay there, or push them back with at least first down. And just right on the numbers of K.J. Law with the pass downfield. You're right, that was precision passing there by Raquan Bill. And precision camera work by our crew, too. They caught that couple of angles there to see that long reception downfield. Spivey or Stith goes in motion now. Bill in the pocket. Pumps once, got a man toward the end zone. That one goes incomplete. Nice pass there. Was trying to get it downfield to Shell again. And Shell not able to pull that one in just behind the defense.
The pass was on the money. I get the sense, Charles, that Coach Aaron James for Tuskegee is showing more and more trust for Beal to open up this offense. He has been very aggressive, not only near the red zone, but in his own territory, allowing Beal to go deep.
Indeed. They're going to have to take another look at that play, certainly in terms of putting it in the Rolodex, because you referenced it. That was a catchable ball. Shell behind the defense and an excellent pass there from Bill.
It was the touch.
Second down effort here on the ground. Sellers tried to find some space left side, but wrapped up, denied that whole left side, spun out of the initial contact, but they blew the whistle.
Sellers' knees never touched the ground. They're going to give Kentucky State credit for stopping his forward progress.
So that'll bring up a third down now for the Golden Tigers.
Got a peek at number 73 for Tuskegee, Jordan Fry. He's no shrimp himself, 6'5", 355-pound lineman for Tuskegee's Golden Tigers.
3rd and 8. Taylor in, he'll slide the line right side, rolling that way. Bill, backside pressure toward Taylor, and that one goes incomplete. Overshot him near the 2-yard line. Backside pressure. Bill was able to unload before it got to him. Thoroughbreds were coming at him on that third down play.
Right before Beal was thinking about unloading that pass. He felt the pressure of Monty Davis, a defensive lineman for Kentucky State, actually got a hit on Beal in the back. We've seen a few times him take contact in the passing game. Beal showing the, I would say, resilience to withstand the heat from Kentucky State.
43-yard effort coming here by Ryans. Ryans, no question about the distance. He's raising his hands already. Yeah, I'm good. You can count those 3. From 43 out, he's hit along a 47, but just consistent all season long as Larkin Ryans, and he extends the Golden Tiger lead to 24-14. Talked about Ryans throughout the season, some early struggles punting the football, but never much problem in field goal kicking for him.
You almost get the feeling with Ryans that just allow him to focus on place kicking may be to his advantage. Not to worry about the punting. His place kicking has been accurate.
8 of 11 in field goal attempts by him at 70% coming into today's ball game. He was 40th in the nation and first in the SIAC, and showing all the reasons why there. 43-yard effort rings up another 3 points for the Golden Tigers. And speaking of the Golden Tigers, on the road next weekend with the Marauders of Central State. And good news for you in the Golden Tiger Sports Network community. We'll be there with live video coverage from Central State University. So make your plans to join us in Ohio next weekend. Ryans with a high, deep kick, backpedaling and fumbling it at the end zone near the 1-yard line. He'll have to run this one out left side toward the sideline. On the return is Brandon Powell, the senior from Atlanta.
As you see so many times on kick returns that are muffed, the discipline of the coverage team is really important to not go for the player trying to find the football, stay in your lane, and not break down. That was a decent run where it could have been stopped for less gain.
So that'll be from the 26-yard lines where the Thoroughbreds will start here. And Tuskegee, after the field goal by Larkin, leads at 24-14.
Get another peek at that Kentucky State interior offensive line.
Denham lines up in the shotgun. It slots either side. Tuskegee 4 up front defensively. Denham, quick snap, fires toward the sideline. Catch is made there by Hill. And Hill steps out of bounds near the 33-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup.
Let's mention the 5 players for Tuskegee. Bear watching up front. Terrence Jordan, Sean Stitton, LeBron Merriweather on offense.
Second down play here for the Thoroughbreds. We're at 7:03 remaining in this first half of play. Low snap, Denham, quick shovel pitch out there to the left side. And this is Bursey. Bursey got it up to the 35-yard line. And while you're watching our coverage here of Golden Tiger football on the Golden Tiger Sports Network, you can show your support for Tuskegee Athletics, which would also show support for our network coverage by text to give to TU Athletics. Text to 41443 and enter the code TS24. And that'll direct your contribution to the athletics department and show your support for the Golden Tiger Sports Network. 1st and 10 after the run by Bursey. Johnson fires, man out in the flats, catch made there, but quickly wrapped up there. Good pursuit by Tuskegee defensively, but a flag coming in at the back of that play after the tackle.
Flag being thrown about 15 yards in the air by the back judge, who was stationed at the 40-yard line.
And we'll check that flag out.
No foul for face mask. Second down.
Appears they're going to pick that up.
Yep.
I thought he saw a face mask.
You like the way they continue to give you all the information on that. It's like normally you just hear no foul on the play, but that was no foul, and we were looking at face mask. Good job by James Brown. Flag at the line of scrimmage. Denham Johnson upfield trying to get it downfield, sliding and making a catch there. Wow, it's Cale Anderson just sliding on the surface. Boy, you take another look at that one. That's going to be a beautiful play there. I think that was going to be a free play for the Thoroughbreds at the line of scrimmage. They continued with it, and just watch the effort by Anderson going to the surface. That's the stuff you see when you're a kid on the snow or something, right? You just hit that water thing and slide 4 or 5 yards down the field, and catching it in stride or on his rear.
That was more like a pop-up slide into second base than it was a wide receiver type move. Very accurate by the receiver, Kentucky State, to judge the flight of that ball, know where his hands had to be placed to make the reception.
I give you credit for being a full professional announcer. You're making baseball references, and while your team is struggling just a little bit.
Well, my Mets lost. They may have lost game 3, but they won yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good showing yesterday. On the ground, Johnson with a keeper, and look at the scrum there. Tuskegee pushing him back 4 or 5 yards from the initial point of contact.
October's a great month. You've got basketball preseason, football going on.
Sure.
Baseball playoffs. It doesn't get any better than October.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been losing a lot of sleep. Shotgun formation, less than 5 left in this first half of play. 24-14 lead for the Golden Tigers over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. That's IAC action for you from Cleve Abbott Alumni Memorial Stadium on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon.
Denham Johnson gets to the line of scrimmage and will clap a few times, then look to the sideline for the play. It's a very subtle move of deception by the Kentucky State offense.
Mono in motion. They'll pitch it right side. Darcy wrapped up after a good hit there in the backfield. Looks like that's a Kimber coming up from that play. No, McGuire coming up from that free safety position and put the hit on Darcy, but that's after Bursey got it up near the 21-yard line for KSU.
The thing that McGuire does, he not only makes the hit, but watch when he stands up. It's like, don't come in my neighborhood.
Sure.
I own this part of the field.
Jack Tatum mission on that play.
It's not the hit, it's the aftermath.
Sure, to show that it was nicely done. Third down play here for the Thoroughbreds. 3:56 left in this first half. They're trying to notch another score before the break to cut into that 10-point lead by the Golden Tigers. In motion again is Mono. Snap to Johnson. Pressure at the corners. He'll fire underneath. Catch made there on the cross comeback route by Mono. And Tuskegee finally catches up with him near the 16-yard line.
Tuskegee with mass substitutions on defense now as Kentucky State is inside the red zone.
Fourth down, and the Thoroughbreds send on the kicking unit. And Landon Glover set to try a field goal here for the Thoroughbreds. Glover 2 of 2 in field goal attempts. This will be a 34-yard effort for Glover. Movement up front, no flag on that. Glover with the kick seems to be on target with it, and he is for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. So the field goal kickers answer each other. Ryans with a 43-yard effort, and Glover, he'll come follow up with a field goal for the Thoroughbreds to make it 24-17 with 2:53 left in this first half.
Give credit to the Tuskegee defense for coming up big as Kentucky State was nearing the red zone, kind of a bend but don't break, if I can use that cliche. Tuskegee's defense, as we've noticed from time to time, has been able to make adjustments during halftime and come out a lot stronger in the second halves of ball games than they have in the first half. We'll see if that trend continues.
At halftime, the Crimson Piper Marching Band will be performing to open house day here at Tuskegee and Military Appreciation Day, as Tuskegee as a university and the city of Tuskegee come together to honor our men and women in service to the country on Military Appreciation Day. Thanks to the full throttle formation flying unit for our flyover here and for their work at Moton Field in the pregame. Glover with the kick. It'll be Stith from the 12. Justin, middle of the gut, turned in over end at the 26-yard line. Players mixing it up near the 32-yard line. But Mark, really want to make a point there after they had that little tie-up down. There was David Thompson Jr. for Tuskegee over to the return man or one of the defenders downfield. If we can pick this up maybe at the back of the play, you can see this level of discipline that comes in right at the back of the play where those two are tied up there. You see what Thompson does at the end of that play to really show the discipline you were talking about in terms of penalties you can avoid.
Not retaliate is the key. Also give credit to Michael McGee, who was one of the first players downfield for Kentucky State on the kick coverage team.
Stith turned in over in, got it up to the 26. Bill in the offense. Slots either side for him. He'll take the snap, looks to his right, fires toward the sideline. Brigman going airborne, can't pull that one in. Beckford been the target for most of this first half of play, but you cannot take your eye off of Reggie Brigman for one moment. That crew of receivers coming in after the departure of two receivers from last year that was so instrumental in that Tuskegee offense, this group has really come in and started to put its print on the offensive receiving core for the Golden Tigers. Bill, shotgun on a second down effort here. Same play this time. They give it to Taylor, and Taylor's turned in over in after the catch at the 31-yard line. Good defensive stop there by Trevion Pope, the senior from Atlanta.
Javon Pope, tight coverage, read the play perfectly, got his pads in position to make a crushing hit on the Tuskegee Golden Tiger receiver on the near sideline.
Trying to get Taylor more into that mix for Tuskegee from the receiving corps. Took a hard shot after that catch at the 31. Across the middle, crossing route there. This one in and out of the hands of KJ Law. Would have had enough for Vibes Restaurant first down, but couldn't hold on to the football.
Beal likes throwing that crossing pattern to the middle of the field. That time, not able to hook up with his receiver. As you mentioned, that was enough for a first down.
So the Thoroughbreds will have to punt, much to the delight of that Thoroughbreds defense, because they made a strong stand there to stop Tuskegee. And they're going to get that football back to their offense with 2:06, and it'll be less than that after the return. But they'll have it in good field position. If Larkin can turn over a nice punt here, standing near the 35 is Cale Anderson. Larkin, high punt, but fair catch called for at the 33-yard line, and that's where the Thoroughbreds will take over the football. So the Thoroughbred defense does what it intended to do on that possession by Tuskegee. They got the football back to the offense, and they'll start from the 34.
Get a peek at head coach Aaron James of Tuskegee on the sideline with the shades on.
This unit gathered there.
James is not very demonstrative on the field. Makes me wonder what he's like in the locker room.
Well, and getting to talk to him more and more with the coaches show on Monday night, there certainly are two sides. You sometimes don't want to be in that locker room when the second side shows up.
Whatever the adjustments he's making at halftime, they have been effective.
Yeah, ask him about that on Monday night's show, about what it was that this coaching staff, because we've seen it 3 weekends in a row where at halftime they come in and make some adjustments for the second half, particularly defensively, and they've been able to shut teams out for the last 3 weekends because of those adjustments. Let's go down field level. Dylan Matthews.
Charles Mark, over the last couple of defensive possessions for the Tigers, I heard head coach Aaron James, actually, let me rewind. Defensive line coach DeMarco McNeil, he was talking to his defensive line saying, we got them right where we want them. We can't be it ourselves. We can't be selfish, talking about guys maybe trying a couple of plays to make a big splash play. And then while he was talking to his defense and his defense head coach Aaron James, it says, let me be the one that talks to the referees, control what pray, making sure these unselfish, not talking to the referee and staying locked into this game there. And hopefully continue to lock in here, but the defense trying to lock in and hone in, and we'll see what they can do on this possession right here. Charles and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan, down that sideline. Great work by you throughout this Military Appreciation Day. Some special assignments there, and always spot on the coverage from the sideline. Thoroughbreds now First and 10 from their own 34. Johnson going up to there and got a man there. That's Anderson on the catch. He squares at the 43-yard line. 4 or 5 Golden Tigers joining him there, but he breaks free from all of that, but the play's whistled dead at the 44. Catch made just at the first down marker for the Thoroughbreds. Johnson squaring up from the quarterback position, and Anderson one of his favorite targets. Gang tackle there by the Golden Tigers. Now they go left side with this one. This one thrown underneath, trying to get it to Mono, and that pass goes incomplete. He's saying that he caught it on the surface. But the head judge, looking at that play from the Thoroughbreds sideline, saw that one just as Mono went to the ground and saw the football on the turf. So 2nd and 10 now for the Thoroughbreds. TU with the 24-17 lead. We're at 1:29 and clock stop now as the Thoroughbreds face this 2nd and 10. 3 receivers bottom of the screen looking that way. Johnson flushed right side. He'll try to unload it and does so in the Tuskegee sideline. So that'll bring up 3rd now for the Thoroughbreds with 1:23 left.
Give credit to big number 99, Terrence Mays, bringing pressure for Tuskegee on that last pass attempt.
Well, certainly Tuskegee defensively wants to ensure that the Thoroughbreds don't score anything before the break, field goal or a touchdown, to keep it at 24-17.
What's interesting about that, Charles, that Mays usually lines up inside, showed a lot of speed for one of the big men putting pressure on the quarterback.
Johnson peers the sidelines, got 3 receivers at the bottom of the set. Play clock being kept on the field as they snap it. They go on the ground. Bursey's got some space right side, runs it past midfield down to the 41-yard line. Didn't get out of bounds with 1:15 left in this first half of play. But that's just what the Thoroughbreds needed to get that football on the Tuskegee side of the 50. And more of a shot now to take toward the end zone as the clock gears up at 1:09. Denham with the snap, fires underneath, batted in the air, and it finds the surface. Tuskegee had 3 defenders closing on it, but it was batted at the line of scrimmage.
Denham Johnson, only 5'10". Tuskegee linemen have got to be thinking, come in with your hands up.
They did on that play and got that football knocked into the air. Opportunity for a pick there for that secondary. Second down play. 1:03 remains first half. Tuskegee defense with 4 picks on the season. Second down here and 10. Opportunity for one here as Denham takes the snap for the Thoroughbreds. Fires underneath. Catch made by Hill. Flag coming at the back of that play, boy. Likely that's going to be another face mask there, Mark, as Hill's helmet comes off. And after the stop, Kimber getting up under the bottom of the pile. So that will really help the Thoroughbreds if that's the case. Put them inside the red zone.
You can just see the body language of the Tuskegee defense just showing that being very dejected at this point. Their own lack of discipline is getting them in trouble.
Say Mays is the one that was guilty of the face mask at the bottom of the pile. And that's going to put KSU inside of, put them down right at the 20-yard line now with 57 seconds left in the first half. Thoroughbreds, big opportunity facing them with the 57 seconds left. Score and a point after will put us right back where we started. Hale slides the line left side. Johnson, pressure at the corners. He'll slide to his right now. Still rolling toward the sideline to the end zone on the comeback there, trying to get it to Anderson. That one underthrown. Michael King on the coverage there for Tuskegee.
Tuskegee brought Javion Miller on the blitz from his linebacker position. Miller's not able to get there in time to prevent the throw being made, but expect Coach Aaron James to try to do something different on defense, bringing his defensive backs and linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage.
Timeout taken on the field. 49 seconds left in the first half. Tuskegee with a 24-17 lead, but that's in serious jeopardy after a face mask call put the Thoroughbreds down at the 20 of TU, and a chance for them to score just before the break on the rollout right side. That one's just underthrown as Kale was trying to come back. Anderson was coming back for that pass from Johnson.
Kentucky State's got to be thinking clock management as much as they're thinking play calls. They've had excellent success with their quarterback, Denham Johnson, throwing off these short 2- and 3-step drops. Tuskegee has to be alert for the quick throws.
Players back onto the football field now. Tuskegee with a 24-17 lead. Interesting to see how Johnson lines up on this one. He has been rolling to the sides, either left or right, Mark, as you referenced. His short height in terms of shortness really gives him a better passing lane when he's not there standing in the pocket. Second and 10 now from the 20. Johnson straight drop going to the corner of the end zone. One-on-one coverage there. Pass incomplete.
Malik Moore celebrating in coverage. They were trying to get the deep fade route to the left corner of the end zone.
Cameron Tucker, the freshman wide out from LaGrange, covered at the corner there. Good defensive work by that Tuskegee secondary. 3rd and 10 now for the Thoroughbreds. Your reference to that bend, don't break Tuskegee defense. This is certainly an instance where they have bent just a little to see if they can hold the Thoroughbreds out here before the break.
If Denham Johnson's going to continue to throw off these 2- and 3-step drops, they've got to think, Tuskegee, how can we get pressure right up the middle to block his passing lanes?
3rd down play here. In motion. Bursey underneath with the throw. That one pass, batted into the hands. Hill not able to hold on to it. And that'll bring up a 4th down here for Kentucky State.
Hale would have been short for the first down, but that pass was thrown on a rope as he was turning, so he caught it by surprise just a bit. Watch the throw on a line, and just as Hale is turning, would have been stopped short.
As you take a look at the pass, this is kind of thrown sidearm too by Johnson to found that lane and just whipped it in there. So the Thoroughbreds now will bring Glover on to try a field goal. This will be a 37-yard effort. And kick by Glover, and he left that one hanging out right side. So the bend, don't break discipline for the Golden Tiger defense takes effect there on that possession. They deny the Thoroughbreds with 34 seconds left, and Tuskegee will go into the locker room with a lead right now at 24-17.
Unlike a lot of teams that swap out special teams players on kick attempts, Kentucky State has such a large offensive line. They keep their starting offensive line in tight. So the pressure up the middle is really a difficult challenge for any team to combat when they go into that field goal formation.
Nice call. 34 seconds left first half. Bill and the offense back out. Tuskegee likely to have to run at least one play here. Trying to get the game ball switched out. Name we haven't called very much this year, Zena Mulba, the sophomore, in there at running back for the Golden Tigers. Zena suffered that concussion in the first game of the season. Fumble on the snap. Bill Gonna roll right side, looking upfield, throws it underneath the Mulba. Zena at the 30. Zena works the sideline, steps out of bounds near the 37-yard line.
I like the call.
Yeah.
You mentioned this substitution, they throw it to him. Now, here's the key. Tuskegee has interesting field position. We've seen Beal take some deep shots.
Sure. I was surprised they even threw it on that first down. But now, even more of a consideration after they got positive yardage on that up to the 37, that they may throw it up even deeper. Beal lines up in shotgun. He'll look upfield, checks down the mobile again. Zena at the sideline, no space there. Bounced out of bounds. Defensive work by Trevon Pope to push him out.
You try to look at the formation to see if Tuskegee is tipping their strategy by how they line up. That last formation included 2 wide receivers, man in motion in the slot.
That one goes for no gain on the play. 18 seconds left. First half, Tuskegee with a 24-17 lead. Bill in the pistol again. 3 receivers to his left, top of the screen. He'll take the snap, checks that off, goes to the right side. Now back to the left. Now he's got some space. He'll try to run it. Got it past midfield. Fumbled the football. A flag on the field. Believe the Thoroughbreds are covering that football. Yeah, they got on top of it. Bill is down and a flag. Boy, you talk about a lot to sort out here for Tuskegee now.
The problem for Tuskegee, Charles, that Beal, as he was running at the 45-yard line, was caught and tackled in a very awkward position. We'll check it out on the replay, but watch the hand come in near his shoulder pads. He hit as he fumbles the ball, so this could be something he may have to be checked out for a concussion protocol, as that helmet was very loose.
So they attend to quarterback Raekwon Bill at the 44. Flag has yet to be determined. The mark-off on it looks like it's going to be back at the initial line of scrimmage so far.
Well, the bad news for Tuskegee, over everything else, that Beal is still down on the field. We get a look at that last run. He was hit by 2 players as he was spun around on that last rush attempt. Lost the ball. Flag was thrown before the tackle, so we'll sort this one out.
And you're right. Thought it might have been the leg that Bill was favoring as he went down. But on the replays that we have, and we have multiple shots of it, looks like it's going to be closer to the shoulder and head area at the 44.
Well, the entire training staff for Tuskegee is on the field attending to Beal, who appears to be sitting up very slowly right now, back to his feet, and will be guided to the sideline, but he is still woozy after that last hit.
Yeah, he's trying to find his way to the sideline. And you can see him there, kind of holding his head down in the head area. We're not doctors by any stretch of the imagination, but you're right, they're at least going to take him through that concussion protocol just based upon what we see here.
Well, the thing about Beal, he's being guided off the field.
Yep. So that'll force the hand for the Golden Tigers, because the assessment put the football right back where they started from the line of scrimmage, and now they'll come in with reserve quarterback Malik Davis, and Davis is just going to take a knee to get this first half over for Tuskegee. Tuskegee leads at 24-17, but we'll see what price that comes for the Golden Tigers based upon the condition of Bill if he can return in this football game. But right now at the break, Golden Tigers with a 24-17 lead over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State in a significant SIAC contest. We're live from Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium here in Tuskegee. More football action and your entertainment being provided at the intermission by the Crimson Piper Marching Band. We'll certainly tune you into that as part of the halftime show.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Greetings, I am Amari Christopher Harden, the 66th Executive Student Government Association President here at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletic Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletic Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
Joining us for our field show will be over 300 high school students from Dallas County High School, Notasoga High School, Booker T. Washington High School, Auburn High School, Lafayette High School, Lee High School of Westville, Kendrick High School, Lochapoka High School, Selma High School, Spencer High School, and Chilton County High School. Make some noise for our future marching Crimson Vipers. Student section, where you at? go student section. Yes, sir. Y'all make some noise one time for the Tuskegee Marching Crimson Vipers. Now, dancing to Don't Stop the Music, our beautiful Piperettes and auxiliary. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our Piperettes and our future Piperettes. Now we will have our concert piece, Made for Me by Money Long. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now. Tuskegee University student section. This next song is for y'all. Y'all know what it is. Need y'all to get up. Let's get to it. It's time to call and parlay. Yes, sir. We stay out the way, but we ball and parlay. Let's go. Tuskegee student section, make some noise. We hope you guys enjoy our show. I am Mr. Blue, and we are out.
Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Stadium at the intermission. Tuskegee with a 24-17 lead. And our Dylan Matthews standing by at field level with a very special guest. Dylan.
The Tuskegee Mayor. How cool is just be able to get in Charles and Mark, I am proud to be joined by Mayor Tony Haygood, our Tuskegee mayor, fine mayor here. And Mayor Haygood, the first thing I want to ask you, we just saw the current marching pipers with the future marching pipers, and I just want to know, how cool is it to see the youth and the high school students be able to get a taste of what it feels like to be here at Tuskegee and just be in the city?
Oh, it's great. Great opportunity to see high school students join in with the Marching Crimson Pipers, because they get a chance to see what it's like to be at the college level. And they brought their talents and joined in, and you just heard everybody partying, having a good time, and just showing a full band experience.
And Mayor Haygood, I do want to talk to you about this as well. We have our open house going on here at Tuskegee University today, and I spoke to one of the Atlanta Tuskegee Alumni Club members, Deidre Moore, and she told me that we have today over 80 high school students here representing 15 greater Atlanta high school areas. So we just talked about the local kids being here and taking in that Tuskegee experience. We have some from out-of-state kids as well. How important is that for out-of-state kids and Atlanta kids to be here and getting to see and experience what Tuskegee is all about? Not just the school, but the city as well.
Oh yeah, it's tremendous because, as you said, they get a chance to experience our community, to get that warm southern welcome, to let them know this could be where you might want to be in the next year or two, and to see what it's like to be in a southern community like Tuskegee, a historical community which welcomes you with Tuskegee University. And this whole experience, it's a great feeling when you come to Tuskegee. So we welcome those students from all over that have come down here. And I know that there was 80 from Atlanta. It was a total of about 1,200 students that signed up for this open house. And there's also Military Appreciation Day. So we recognize our current military and our past military veterans. We thank them for their service and appreciate them.
And I'm glad you brought the amazing flyover game with the full team. How does that go about getting set up? How do we get that set up?
Well, the Tuskegee University ROTC came together with Maxwell Air Force Base in the city and our airport manager, Nikki Jordan, out of historic Moulton Field. We all came together and said, we got to make this happen and to show this experience of what full throttle looks like. And they were excited because they wanted to come here and show what they could do in appreciation for Tuskegee, Tuskegee University, and Tuskegee Airmen.
Mayor Haygood, we're about to get the second half underway here. Thank you so much for the time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed. Come to Tuskegee.
There you go. Charles and Mark, back to you. Thank you so much.
Back to football action now. Golden Tigers to kick it away. We get set for second half action. It'll be Parrish on the return for the Thoroughbreds. Got some room right side at the 30, up to the 35. Now finally runs out of bounds near the 45 mark to get things started in the second half. But it's kind of a pickup from where we left off in the first half. A flag coming in on the first play.
The big question coming out of halftime, Charles, is whether Raekwon Beal, the starting quarterback for Tuskegee, will be able to continue. The second question is, can the Tuskegee defense come out with the intensity they've shown in the second half of previous 3 games and pitch another shutout?
3-yard penalty from spotted foul. First down.
So that'll push the football back for the Thoroughbreds to start this drive. And the Tuskegee defense out there on the football field now. First half of play. Tuskegee, 10 first downs, 16 for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Total plays, 35 for the Thoroughbreds for 295 yards, 27 for the Golden Tigers with 225. Johnson, first play from scrimmage in this third quarter of action. Glad you could join us on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. They keep it on the ground, and running right into a wall was Tyler Bursey, trying to run up the middle, but Tuskegee having none of that on the inside.
First man there for Tuskegee, Lance Watkins, the defensive lineman, had an excellent game last week. You'll see the pressure by Tuskegee's defense gang tackling at the point of attack.
So that'll bring up second down, only 2 on that pickup by Bursey for the Thoroughbreds. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call. Dylan Matthews down at sideline. Pass out in the flats. This one dropped. Trying to get it on a swing out there to Bursey coming out of the backfield, but he was not able to hang on to it.
Closest player in coverage for Tuskegee, Charles, Noah Holton, whereas number 0 was defending on the corner. As that ball was dropped, Holton had thoughts of making the recovery and a second score for that Tuskegee defense.
We saw that 94-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Kimber in that first half. Third down, long here for the Thoroughbreds on their first possession.
Holton is squared up against Jaden Hale, the receiver who had a few attempts from the slot position in the first half.
Snap fumbled by Johnson. He'll pick it up. Slides right side, threw it in the double coverage. Tuskegee secondary saying they got an interception there. Michael King near that football, but they say it hit the surface first. So that'll bring up 4th for the Thoroughbreds, and that'll bring up Glover to punt the football away.
Also, so Michael McGuire, the defensive back for Tuskegee, was in the area. He was slow getting up, as Tuskegee had 2 defenders in the area after Denham Johnson was trying to make something out of nothing on the fumbled snap from center.
So Glover to punt it now. Glover only 1 punt in that first half. That went for 32 yards. Set to kick it here. Stitt at the 45. Glover with the kick.
Short kick.
Forward roll for the Thoroughbreds, though. And it's continuing to roll down near the 31-yard line. So that's where Tuskegee will start its first drive of the second half from their own 31.
Looking to the sideline to see who Tuskegee will decide to start at quarterback. And surprise of surprises, Raekwon Beal is back on the field.
Sure. Didn't look anything like that when in the near that first half.
Now, he was being guided off the field at the end of the second quarter as if he were Ray Charles. And now he is back on the field to play quarterback.
So seemingly able to respond to that after the hit at the end of the first half. So Bill, okay. Gets the okay Bill to come back out and start the second half. He'll keep it on the ground. Leverett handles it left side up near the 32-yard line.
The resilience of youth, because the way Bill was being led off the field, it seemed like he had just a serious headache. Couldn't get his balance. But back in the ball game to start this third quarter.
Let's go down to Dillon. Dillon's got an update on his injury. Dillon.
Charles, Mark, obviously we see Raekwon Beal back in the game. Was a question of whether or not after he suffered that injury was a shoulder injury, and it seemed to be more like a stinger more than anything. It looked scarier than maybe it was actually, so good to see it wasn't as serious as it looked at first, but he is obviously back in the game. He's ready to go. I looked for him on the sideline. He had his helmet by his feet and his shoulder pads obviously still in uniform, so I knew he was ready. Well, and he said, just wait and see. And obviously we see Raekwon Beal is back in the game, so hopefully he can stay in there, but it was a little bit more of a stinger, and hopefully he can bother him any more than that. But Charles and Mark, back to you.
Bill definitely back on the field on the run. Prior that was Leverett. Got it up to the 45 for Vibes Restaurant, first down. Now he'll try the left side. Desmond, second wave of the Thoroughbred defense, runs it past the 45 on the other end of the floor of the field, down near the 42 on the carry.
Leverett, 5'9", 190. Another one of those four tops of the Tuskegee running backs. They show a lot of depth, and they all have quick bursts to the line of scrimmage. Leverett with a big first down pickup.
Leverett with the Vibes Restaurant first down to the 42-yard line. So Tuskegee coming in after the break now, trying to go on a sustained drive. Beal in the pistol. He'll keep it rolling right side now, trying to break the contain. Beal stutter steps and got it near the 36-yard line. So after that run to end the first half, not afraid to come back with the football and tuck it.
Bill had thoughts of trying to hit his tight end, Johnny Gilbert, who was open for a split second at about the 35-yard line. Kentucky State closed in coverage. Beal ran right behind where Gilbert was trying to break open.
Second down effort now. Left side, Leverett trying that side again. Leverett stumbles and has his legs taken from under him, but not until he runs it to the 25-yard line for a Vibes Restaurant first down.
Thing you got to love about the Tuskegee offense, that time they were able to get players in front on the convoy, led by Gilbert, who was flipped to that side of the field. They got 3 players downfield, another first down for the Golden Tigers.
Football at the 25. First possession for the Golden Tigers, second half, just outside the red zone.
We saw Beal come out throwing in the first half.
Yeah.
This third quarter, strictly run game.
So far. On the ground, it's the run. Leverett trying to work off a one blocker at the sideline. Lost the football, but after he was already down. Good first play from scrimmage there for the Golden Tigers after the first down. Leverett, they go left, right with him. This time runs it to the right side and picked up 4 on that play for Tuskegee.
I like the strategy by Tuskegee, though. Going to the run game in this third quarter gives their offensive line a chance to get loose.
Second down and 4 after that pickup. On the ground again. This time it's Spivey, but Spivey had his legs taken from under him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a third down now for Tuskegee, as Bill and Spivey look toward the sideline for the play from the coaching staff. Harry Williams, the offensive coordinator for Tuskegee, has come down to the sideline the last couple of ball games. Talked to him about that in the Aaron James Coaches Show. Talked to you a little about that after this play. Bill with the snap. Fires, first pass attempt. This one caught there at the sideline. Good job there on the recognition there. Catch made by Gregory King. And King turns it to the outside and takes it down. See where they mark him, just inside the 10, down at the 9-yard line.
I like the play design, Charles, getting the receiver to the sideline. Kentucky State was trying to bring pressure on that last play up the middle. Tuskegee had the right play call for that formation.
So that's going to be first and goal to go now for Tuskegee. On the ground, sliding and Spivey looking for room left side. Spivey pulled down from behind, runs it to about the 7 for TU. And we'll bring up second and goal to go. First possession of the second half. Is that an assessment on that play? They got it back at the initial line of scrimmage. This will be second goal now for Tuskegee. Bill going to go out in motion. They keep it on the Wildcat to Spivey. Spivey left side and Ronaldo in for the touchdown for the Golden Tigers. They decoyed Bill coming in from quarterback. He was running toward the sideline, and on that Wildcat, they ran it the other way. And Spivey following his blocks and an easy touchdown for TU.
I like the philosophy of keeping the ball on the ground to start this third quarter on this scoring drive.
They do that. They get the 6. And Ryan's on now to try to point after. And Larkin, no question about that. He's true. So Tuskegee on their first possession in the second half. They extend their lead with 8:13 remaining here in the third. It's a 31-17 lead for the Golden Tigers. More football after this timeout on GTSN.
Greetings and welcome to Tuskegee, Alabama here at Abbott Memorial Stadium. We want to welcome all of our visitors here, especially Military Appreciation Day here at Tuskegee University. We welcome the parents and others who are coming to visit Tuskegee at this open house. Go TU!
Golden Tigers, after the timeout, score immediately and extend their lead to 31-17. That's a good sign for them to start the second half offensively as well as defensively.
When you talk to Coach Aaron Jones during the coaches show, I want you to ask him about how he's allowing Beal to run this offense with a lot more diversity than we saw in the first half of the season.
Indeed, you're right. First half of this ball game, we saw something different. They started scoring, and on the ground, it's Parrish on a return for the Thoroughbreds. Got it all the way up past the 40-yard line to run out of bounds there. The players tying it up near the 26-yard line. As Parrish downfield will give them good field position to start this second drive for them in the second half.
The reason I mentioned the Tuskegee offense, Charles, Coach Aaron James is showing a little bit of unpredictability as these games progress deeper into the season. I think it goes along with his trust in Beal as a quarterback as well.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on with that. The more confidence they get in him, the more diversified that offense can be. And we're seeing it now.
Coming into the season, I had a good feeling about the Tuskegee defense. I wasn't worried about them holding other teams. If Tuskegee continues to put points on the board, this is a formidable SIAC team.
Yeah, they're coming together at the time of the season where that needs to be the impact, with this being the 7th contest of the season. That was a hold on the Thoroughbreds on the return, so that will push them back, nullifying that good return by Parrish. Putting it down near the 15-yard line is where the Thoroughbreds will start.
Look for Tuskegee to try to get pressure up the middle on Denham Johnson. Talked about it in the first half. There are a few passes that were tipped. Denham Johnson's only 5'10" for those of you just tuning in, 150. So he's a little on the small side for a quarterback.
Yeah, they have been pushing him to the corners to find the throwing lanes. They'll start from their own 15. Johnson on the ground. Football. Thought it was loose for a moment. No fumble on the play, but they ran it on the inside. Bursey with the carry. Not a lot of space in there. Tuskegee closing up tightly on the inside.
You know, Tuskegee, Charles, has players that are listed as defensive backs, like Noah Holton, 6'3", 190. More of the size of a linebacker or a safety, if you will, allows Tuskegee to cheat their defensive back closer to the line of scrimmage and get in on tackles on running plays.
Meanwhile, Kawan Kimber going to the Tuskegee sideline, limping as he went toward the training table. Try to get a read on him in the second half. He returned that 94-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown for Tuskegee early in this football game. Johnson alone in this backfield now. He'll drop, looking to his right. Fires got a man open. That's Anderson. Now he'll cut toward the interior of the football field. And football stripped and loose, but they're going to roll Anderson down after the catch at the 39-yard line.
Like how Tuskegee's defensive backs are trying to dig the ball out as Anderson's trying to carve out extra yards after the catch. As it stands, though, Kentucky State will pick up another first down all the way out to their 40-yard line.
Yeah, Anderson's such a big target for Johnson in that first half of play. Able to get another grab there. He's got 5 in this football game now. First down at the 39.
Kentucky State has 4 wide receivers in this formation. 3 to the near side, 1 up top.
Johnson in the pistol, joined by Bursey in the backfield. He'll roll right side, got some protection that way. Johnson raises, fires, lost it downfield and into the Tuskegee bench for an incomplete pass. Yeah, they're really kind of not leaving anything to guess here. That lineup showing they're going to go upfield.
Denham Johnson, even though he's small of stature, has a pretty strong throwing arm. Rolling him right gets him throwing to that power side. I'd be very curious if they pulled him to the left trying to throw off the wrong foot, but roll him right. He has the hash mark, extra distance or extra space to the right side.
20 of 29 throwing for him so far in this football game. Bursey joins him in the backfield. 3 receivers, top of the screen. They just to reverse the set on that. They started the last one to 3 at the bottom. Second down play. They go on the ground. Bursey, nice push by him on the inside. Got it up to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a third manageable for the Thoroughbreds, about 3rd and 4.
Coming into this game, Charles, Denham Johnson was a top 5 passer in terms of completion percentage in the SIAC. So he's a very accurate arm. The question is, can they carve out space for his receivers?
So on that play, that'll make it about 3rd and 5. Thoroughbred's going to take some time to get a play from the sideline from head coach and offensive coordinator Felton Huggins. Tried to see if they could get TU to jump in that first clap session at the line from Johnson. No jump by Tuskegee. Now in the pocket. Upfield, throw, catch is made. Downfield, grab by Kazi Hazard, the grad student from Hillside, New Jersey.
I like the throw. Only in the position where his receiver could make a play on it as he was turning back to face his quarterback. Throw is high, deliberately at the face mask.
Hazard with the catch. Now they work it at the sideline. Catch made there. Working it back to the inside is Jaden Held on the run after catch. Good job by Held. The Thoroughbreds now trying to answer with their own score on their second possession of this second half.
Tuskegee with substitutions on defense. 3 players off the field, going for more speed look on defense up front.
And the Thoroughbreds going quickly on this play. Underneath, it's Held again. Bumped out of bounds near the 25-yard line. So the Thoroughbreds now trying to pick up that pace with the no-huddle offense. And this time, no delay with the call from the sideline. They have not gone huddle at any point in the game, but they're going straight with a play at the scrimmage.
Tuskegee took the 300-pounder Mays out and brought in DeMarcus Ware, who goes a little bit lighter at 290.
That's a biscuit or two lighter, yeah. 4:03 left in the third. It's a quicker moving quarter here last than we had in the first 2. Snap to Johnson. Side arm. Pass caught there out in the flats, working it toward the sideline. Good stiff arm there, and spinning near the 2-yard line after the catch was Tyrell Strother. And Strother, the sophomore, with a good stiff arm to create more yardage on that play.
And he ran right out of the tackle, the attempted tackle by Michael King, who's normally very dependable for Tuskegee. Now Kentucky State set up with a 1st and goal to go.
Oh, yeah, down. They got him at the 4-yard line. Thoroughbreds trying to answer. Tuskegee strike. Defense for Tuskegee being challenged once again here. Golden Tiger defense, #1 red zone defense in the SIAC, facing a challenge here from the Thoroughbreds. Johnson, he'll take a snap. Right side, trying to throw it to the outside. This one almost picked off.
Oh.
Back in that secondary for Tuskegee, Michael King on that coverage.
King showed excellent technique in turning before the receiver. Got his eyes around, got a shot at making that interception, and he's got to be blaming himself for not making that catch in the corner of the end zone.
Preseason SIAC Defensive Player of the Year. Just credit his football intuition or smartness, because on the play early on, he got flagged for not turning around quick enough in terms of coverage, but this time makes the adjustment as a seasoned player will do.
Did you call that a teachable moment?
Very well, could do that. So, 2nd and goal now. Johnson going to try the other side. Flag coming in at the back of that play. That pass broken up by McGuire, but we'll check the flag. That one coming just to the side that the receiver and defender running to.
Based at the time that flag was thrown, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a defensive hold on the near side. Excellent play by the coverage man for Tuskegee, right in the corner. McGuire will look for the signal from the officials on what the penalty was.
I'll tell you what, our GTSN camera crew is definitely on top of it. On the inside now, they try to work it left side of that Thoroughbred offensive line. And not crossing the goal line there. Tuskegee stopping that play just outside of the 1.
One of the key players for Tuskegee on the interior is Caleb Harrell. Whereas number 93, he was pushed into the end zone on that last play, thought about retaliating with the offensive lineman, pulled back at the last minute. This is a big call for Tuskegee's defense.
2nd and goal to go now for the Thoroughbreds. Tuskegee trying to stay at home and not jump here. Previous play, they marked that football half the distance and gave him a fresh set of downs. Johnson, he'll take the snap on the ground, plunging ahead to right side. I think they got across this time. And no indication given yet. Tuskegee able to stop him outside. The handoff was inside to Guy Dorsey, who doubles as a running back and a cornerback, but Dorsey not able to get in right side.
Give credit to the Tuskegee defensive front on the penetration to get into the backfield on a play that apparently had enough steam to pick up that touchdown, but the forward wall of Tuskegee stood tall and stopped Kentucky State short.
As you take a look at it at line of scrimmage level from our cameras, definitely stopped him from breaking that plane.
4th down call.
4th here, goal to go for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Can that defense stand stiff once again for TU? They pack it inside tight here, anticipating something in the middle of the field. Denham going to pull off for a second and look toward Coach Huggins at the sideline.
3 wide receivers to the near sideline.
Everybody bunched up there. The 3 receivers tight. Coverage for secondary for Tuskegee is man on man. 4th down play on the ground. Denham on a comeback route. Catch made. Did he get in? Tuskegee saying no. Officials agree. Tuskegee holds again.
Kentucky State tried to run a subtle pick play with the 3 wide receivers, bringing the second man behind the receiver to his right. But give credit to Tuskegee, again, diagnosing it, making the penetration on the coverage, and a huge stop on 4th down.
Yeah, you're spot on. Exactly what they did with that receiving core. They tried to get it to Anderson, their reliable receiver. This time on a hitch coming back to the inside. TU ready for it, and they will take over the football.
We talked about Tuskegee's tackling. Watch the tackling form on this catch.
Guess who? Michael King.
Michael King. And that was short. He lost yardage on that play because on the previous snap, the nose of the football was inches away from the goal line.
Nice call. And got him with his knees down well outside the 1 after the tackle by Michael.
Ball security at this point of the field, Charles. Very important for Tuskegee.
King lined up in the end zone, joined there by Spivey. Spivey scored on the last possession. They'll go to him on the ground. Spivey trying to get some space. He'll have a little bit there. Breaks it up to the gut. Got it past the 10 for Tuskegee.
That is a huge pickup on 1st down on the carry inside. A 1st down from a 1st down play lined up inside the 1-yard line.
Indeed. That is a big Vibes Restaurant 1st down for the Golden Tigers.
That should be good for an extra wing or 2.
Oh, yeah. Even if you don't get the pick 6 special. So they get some breathing room at the 10. Beal on the snap, on the ground again. They work it right side, not a lot of space there. Got maybe a yard, perhaps 2 on the carry.
Now this is an interesting sequence for head coach Aaron James of Tuskegee. You have the ball deep in your own territory. You just had a huge defensive stand. How do you play this? Do you play this on the ground, or do you allow Beal to take a shot downfield?
Tell you what, though, Mark, we'll find that out in the fourth quarter because this quarter is over. Tuskegee going into the fourth. They lead it 31-17 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Our coverage continues after the timeout on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Special thanks to the full throttle formation flying team. They did the flyover here at Abbott Stadium earlier today and performed for the folks out at Moton Field for the fly-in out there for our pregame. And they're back in Peachtree City, Georgia. Check them out on Facebook. Bill, backside pressure, and they knock him down, but a flag coming in the back of the play down near the 2-yard line. Tuskegee trying to go up top to start this fourth quarter. Bill kind of backpedaling to his left, and they knocked him to his seat near the 2.
Dangerous play call for Tuskegee as Beal did not see the pressure coming right in his face. We'll sort out the flags that were thrown at the end of that play. Don't know if you could make out the call by the official. They're going to claim there was a fumble by Tuskegee, but they did recover it at the same time. So this drive has lost yardage, bringing up a huge third down call for Beal, who will line up. If he takes the shotgun snap, Charles, he'll be standing in his own end zone.
Boy, your new prescription sunglasses not only helping you see better, but you can hear better as well. You heard that call from James Brown. And Tuskegee now will have that football, and they face a 3rd down and 10 to start this fourth quarter of action. Bill lines up in the end zone. He'll take the snap. Pressure at the corners. Now he slings it downfield. Catch made at the 24-yard line. Found a man out there at the 24. Catch on the far side of the field, and he got it into the hands of Gregory King for Vibes Restaurant first down.
That is a huge throw by Beal from his own end zone to pick up the first down on a 3rd and 8 call. Look at the pass to the sideline. Accurate. Beal on the 5-step drop from his own end zone and on a rope.
And
for the catch.
To your point, Mark, if we can see that one more time, Lisa, it'd be great. From that same vantage point, watch his arm. It's not over the top. It's kind of a side arm, about a, what did you call that? A
3/8.
Yeah. Right on it. Just shot it out there and shot it almost 30 yards in the air. 2nd down coming after a 2-yard pickup on that play for the Golden Tigers.
It was a relief pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Kent TeColby, that had a sidearm motion.
No doubt.
It resembles that snap throw that TeColby would make, because Beal, he stands at 6'5", and he can get away with it because he's that tall.
Oh, sure. Well, that's a blast. I remember TeColby. Yeah. 2nd down play for the Golden Tigers now at their own 26-yard line. Had to maneuver from the half-yard line when they started this ball after the defense held the Thoroughbreds out of the end zone and the offense is taken over. On the ground now, right side, it'll be Sellers with the carry for the Golden Tigers. Chase not able to find a lot of space that side.
I'd like to vote in nomination for that last throw by Beal as a play of the game nominee.
Oh, okay.
Save that one for later. Put a pin in that
There
one.
we go. We start lining up that Alabama Power TU play of the day. We almost know where we're going with the Coca-Cola defensive play of the day, that goal line stand. And once again, awarding that thing to the entire unit should nothing else change. Also, although we do have to consider that 94-yard return by Kimber on that fumble recovery. Beal going upfield, trying to get it downfield. Beckford behind the defense. Beckford with another big catch for Tuskegee. Just waited on that one, outlasted the defense at the 35.
Here's the beauty of Beal. We've seen him throw passes on a clothesline. That one, he floated on a perfect timing pattern to the near sideline. Watch the catch in double coverage.
Can't describe it any better than that, Lassiter. You got two of them covering, and Bill just lays it right there in between the two. Beckford coming back, offering the body for the Vibes Restaurant first.
For Military Appreciation Day, he just parachuted that pass in.
Yeah, just floated it in. Nicely done. On the run, Sellers got it to the 30, down to the 28 for Tuskegee. Couple of injured Golden Tigers coming out of there. Sellers coming up a little bit slow. It's one of the linemen there for Tuskegee up front. Maybe Jordan, but won't be premature about that. Could be Howell as well. Looks like it's going to be Howell. Let's see Jordan standing up there. Terrence, that is. On an inside run. So stoppage and play there. They're able to sit him up. As a training staff, Marcus Jeter and his team just do such a wonderful job as a trainer for Tuskegee. And you go anywhere, football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, track and field, tennis, Marcus Jeter just covers it all. He's got a great volunteer staff with him as well in terms of students. And a flag at the back of that play, Lassiter going against the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
Two things. Good to see Howell back to his feet and to the sideline. Second thing, the flag against Kentucky State gives Tuskegee the ball inside the red zone once again. I wouldn't be surprised to see Beal try to take a shot on first down.
Not at all. We saw how that game started with him going up top. This football will be at the 15-yard line in the red zone.
Soft coverage for Kentucky State in the middle. Only one player in the middle of the field.
Ball fake across the middle. Pass batted around and caught by, looks like King. King fighting toward that end zone. Look at the push by the offensive line. And they'll put him down about the half-yard line.
Now that was a smart throw by Beal. He saw the coverage, read the coverage, went right at the single safety that was about 10 yards deep. Excellent catch on the second grab for Tuskegee. Watch the ball come free for a moment. It's received now. Here comes the party right behind. Starts at the 3, and the party winds up near the 1-yard line.
It reminds me of that NFL commercial where all these old guys are saying, I want to let's unretire, right? But you see that at field level and the kind of action there, that'll make you say, no, I'm good right here. First and goal to go for the Golden Tigers. 10:22 left in the football game. On the ground, Sellers stumbles. Did he get across? No, they are marked. Well, no, the line judge coming in saying it was a touchdown. As they unpile it, though, I think they're going to mark him outside of the end zone, though, because that knee was down before he got across.
Just as he took the handoff, Sellers tried to plant with his left foot, and it just slipped on the turf. He's going to be marked shy, but it's not going to be by much. Probably the nose of a football, as you can see from ground level, thanks to the camera work by our crew. And let me say this. The images provided by our crew are second to none.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. I went out to go to the car at halftime. Saw a loyal Tuskegee supporter for years and years and years. Saw me coming to the car. He said, Charles, I just want to tell you, this coverage is just sterling. Couldn't say that anymore. That's absolutely spot on. Keep saying that, though. We're going to have to give him a raise, so we got to stop talking about that.
Pay him. Makes our job easy.
Second and goal to go now for the Golden Tigers. They'll try it again. Sellers this time. He walks through left side for the 6 for TU. Got in one time, first time, just got a knee marked out front. This time, no question about it.
Tuskegee just shut down the entire left side of the Kentucky State defensive wall and scores a walk-in touchdown.
Sellers with that run for the 6 for Tuskegee. That's his first touchdown of the season for TU.
Watch the blocking up front. When you see those white jerseys into the end zone, you know that the running back has less work to do.
Sure. We know Larkin Ryans does his work pretty well. Knocked that point after through, and Tuskegee extends his lead to 38-17.
As we said at the beginning of the game, Charles, don't watch the ball, watch the interior line.
Yes.
And that time, Tuskegee's interior line got the push and made the job of the running back very simple. Just pick which opening I want to use and score.
Nice call, that coming in our Wind Creek Casino keys to the game. And you referenced that early in the broadcast, and it comes to fruition on that play. A perfect example of it. So TU now 38-17, trying to take complete control of this football game. Boy, you talk about some tired arms here. Up to 38 points for Tuskegee. That lends to some more pumping of the arms for the ROTC cadets from Tuskegee and Auburn University.
They're smiling now, but they're going to be hurting later. They're smiling for the cameras.
Sure. Check with me later today.
That brother won't be able to put his shirt on tomorrow morning.
I couldn't come to class on Monday, right? Ryans with the kick over the head of Parrish, and they'll come out from the line. So Tuskegee on Military Appreciation Day. Got the cadets from the various ROTC programs here at Tuskegee joining in as a part of today's celebration.
Do you know when I was in school, ROTC was mandatory?
Yeah, you were
Your first 2 years, you had one decision to make as a freshman: Army or Air Force.
Sure.
That was it.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me, and I was like, okay, I think it was right after that when I got into college, it was just elective, if you wanted it.
The best part of ROTC was you got the free fatigue jacket.
Oh, sure. You look cool now.
That was cool back in the day.
Yeah. That all drew me fully in just to be able to wear the fatigues, yeah. Meanwhile, Johnson on the scramble, left side. He'll tuck and run and floats out of bounds just in front of the TU bench. So we're clock moving here in this fourth quarter of play. It's all Tuskegee in this second half. That defense right now, Mark, we don't want to jinx them. But right now, still pitching a second half shutout.
And you just did jinx them.
Uh-oh. I didn't intend to.
You know when a pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, you don't talk to him.
I see. Well, speaking of strong defenders for Tuskegee University, got one standing in the back of our booth that made some noise here at TU and then on the professional level. Ken Woodard taking a look in at the broadcast. 9:04 remains in the football game. Johnson, he'll take a snap in the middle of the pocket now. He'll tuck and run up the gut. He goes, got a lot of real estate in front of him. Slides down at the 47-yard line, safe at second base.
Denham Johnson showing a burst. No one open deep downfield as Tuskegee's dropping into a deep zone. Johnson just takes off and picks up a first down for Kentucky State.
Yeah, he saw that big hole and runs to daylight. And they'll push him up. They get him on the slide at the 46, so that's where they'll have the football. Clock running at 8:30 remaining in this contest. Quick reminder, we're in Central State on next Saturday in Wilberforce for Tuskegee and Central State. We'll have that coverage for you on the Golden Tiger Sports Network, complete with video at the sideline. Catch made by Hale, and he's knocked out of bounds immediately into that Tuskegee sideline, but it's a catch of about 6-7 yards for the Thoroughbreds.
It's interesting to watch the Tuskegee formation. They're not quite in a prevent, but their safeties have dropped off about an extra 5 yards from where they were in the first quarter. Just playing a little soft, and what Denham Johnson is doing is throwing underneath.
Well, you know about our new promotion at Vibes Restaurant, a pick six results in 6 boneless wings when you visit to Vibes on Monday night at the Aaron James Coaches Show. This is the time of the ball game where something like that could likely happen. This play, Johnson keeps it and runs it ahead for maybe a yard, not much more, as we run down to 7:30 left in the ball game.
Credit Anthony Scott of Tuskegee making the penetration, and again, an accurate tackle on Denham Johnson, who is very elusive as a runner.
Johnson just on the tuck, but wrapped up there. Good defensive work.
It's all about the technique when you're tackling.
Sure. Couldn't have seen it any more on that stop by Michael King down on that goal line stand for the Golden Tigers. Johnson pumps once, now going upfield, downfield, and over the shoulder catch there by Hale on the flag coming in at the back of the play. Kimber was covering defensively for Tuskegee.
You may get Tuskegee for a pass interference call, as Hale, who's only 5'8", is working against the linebacker Kimber. That's a mismatch in terms of speed and elusiveness. We'll sort this one out. Kimber was in on coverage, but just got his hand in a little bit early. Kimber's number 32. Watch him come in early. The flag comes flying. Kimber claps his hands in disgust.
Yeah, that's just as you call. They got him for the interference. So they decline the penalty, and they'll take that catch downfield by Hale, and that'll put the Thoroughbreds in the red zone down at the 18-yard line. So Johnson alone in the backfield now. Quick snap by him. Looks with a floater to the corner of the end zone with catch made there for a touchdown. Thought I would see a flag on that play. They're indicating that he stepped out of bounds. I don't think he was able to keep it in on the playing surface. But that was a clear push off by the intended receiver downfield for the Thoroughbreds. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, when Malik Moore in coverage was turning, you could see he was landing in an awkward position. Moore wears number 3. We'll see if we can catch it. I don't want to put any pressure on our crew, but both players that were defending for Tuskegee seemed to overrun the ball at first, but as it stands, it's a penalty for offensive interference against Kentucky State.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought I saw was Hazard, the wideout, pushing off on the defender, trying to get that space. I didn't see the flag, but I guess it came on the backside, and they'll penalize the Thoroughbreds for his push, and that'll push them back to the 31-yard line.
You don't see Malik Moore overrun plays like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he got shoved back to the middle of the end zone. Parrish in motion left side for the Thoroughbreds. Johnson looks that way, fires underneath. Catch made there, and spinning inside the 30-yard line is Parrish after the grab.
Noah Holton had responsibility for the man in motion. What I loved about his technique, he got very low at the line of scrimmage, trying to disguise the fact that he was covering the man in motion so that the quarterback, Denham Johnson, would not see him. He gets in on the tackle, but an excellent job of technique trying to disguise that coverage.
Johnson, 28 of 38 throwing, at 74% for the Thoroughbreds in this football game. Snap, here comes heavy pressure. Tuskegee got him. Coming on that blitz was Moore to get the sack on Johnson.
Malik Moore is listed as a linebacker, but he plays like a cornerback. Got to the line of scrimmage and like a blur was into the backfield. You'll see the tackle right there. No space for Denham Johnson to throw.
That was 3-on-3 there. Denham Johnson, number 3. Malik Moore, number 3. And all over that number 3 for the sack. So that'll push him back to the 41-yard line. All of a sudden, this Thoroughbred offense is backpedaling. A penalty and then a blitz there. Moore with the sack on Johnson. 5:30 remains now. Snap to Johnson. Looks upfield, going up top. Got a man behind the coverage at the sideline. That one goes incomplete. McGuire out there on the coverage for the Golden Tigers. And Kimber with some assistance out there as well.
McGuire had such tight coverage is that once the ball was in the vicinity of the hands of the receiver, he was just able to swat it away. Got his hands out just in time. Watch the swat right there.
McGuire, recently inserted in the starting role for the Golden Tigers, took Cameron Reynolds' place in the lineup, and that says a lot right there about his ability, and he's shown a lot of it here this afternoon.
Deep safeties for Tuskegee. They're now 20 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this is a 3rd and 30 for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
think back in the day, this might have been called the umbrella defense.
Yeah, it looks like one, that's for sure. Surrounding everything. Pressure, backside. Johnson unloads, trying to get it to Anderson. Double coverage again. McGuire there. This time he got some help from Michael King on this play. So McGuire taking a hard fall there. Went up over the top to shield Anderson at the sideline. Came down. We'll take a look there, see if it was that helmet as you take a look at it on the screen. Good.
Watch the Tuskegee players just simply sacrificing their bodies in coverage. It's double coverage. One player jumps over another, lands awkwardly, still down on the field without the helmet. Another player is down back at the 50-yard line for Kentucky State. So that was just, well, let's just say for Tuskegee. That play was just incredible in terms of the athleticism. Fortunately for Tuskegee, big number 34, Michael McGuire, is up into the sidelines with a sprint.
And the crimson hairdo as well. So McGuire, as you referenced, Mark, no other way to describe it, just gave up his body on that play downfield. Came over the shoulders of the intended receiver, Anderson, landed on his shoulder and the back of his neck head area. And they gave him all the attention he needed at the sideline, but he was able to get up and go on to the Tuskegee sideline, and so was the other injured Tuskegee player near midfield.
You know, given the sponsorships that GTSN has picked up, given the hairstyles of this Tuskegee Golden Tiger football team, you have space for a hair company sponsor.
Oh, we'll see if we can dig that up. But meanwhile, if you want to give to TU Athletics, text to 41443. And just send in the code TS24, and that'll get your donation to the athletics department. I appreciate the consideration of you doing so by texting to support TU Athletics.
And if you don't donate, the least you can do is tell a friend.
Indeed.
Each one tell one about GTSN.
That's all we're asking at the very, very core, is to make sure that you know that this is your network and that we're doing things to try to constantly improve, to show that we are at the very core of TU Athletics, and that by virtue of that, at the core of Tuskegee University. Football to the Golden Tigers now, and they're all running on the ground, just left side. Tuskegee just trying to get this clock geared up here at Cleve, Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, to try to close out this ball game and to make it their 4th consecutive win.
And their 4th consecutive second-half shutout that you attempted to jinx at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Okay, well, you just mentioned it again, so if something happens from this point on, it's you, right? Because you up my jinx, right? So you're the jinxer.
So we're both putting the kibosh on the shutout at the same time.
So maybe they'll just cancel each other out, right? 4:06 left. We'll see if that's the case.
I like that.
Yeah. So we'll get closer to our Alabama Power TU Player of the Day and our Coca-Cola Defensive Player of the Day as well. Davis in at quarterback. He'll shoot one out, and that one's caught by Pregame at the top near the 42, but a flag at the back of that play, likely going to be roughing the passer, as Malik took a hit there after he unloaded that football to Pregame.
Excellent call. No question that he took contact long after that pass was released, in open view of the officials.
Sure.
It's one thing to take that penalty when you have blockers around you, but that was no question roughing the passer.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's likely out of more frustration than anything else.
Defense, number 0. 50-yard penalty from the end run.
So that one going against the Thoroughbreds and Trey Blackman, the sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia. You get to this point where you recognize that you're about to go 2-6 on the season and then still winless in conference play at 0-2. Frustrations run over a bit, and that time Blackman guilty. So Tuskegee now at the 27-yard line of the Thoroughbreds. Davis going to throw, lofts it up there, trying to get it to Garmin. Garmin underneath had a chance for a catch there, trying to go under the coverage to squeeze that football.
Garmin was covered by Michael McGee, who had both hands up, turning back into the sun, trying to define that pass. It was actually pretty well thrown, but excellent coverage on that play. See the play from another angle, ball was there.
Yeah. Hey, credit Gabriel. He just never gave up on that football either. He knew where he saw it in the air, and he tried to make adjustments to go in there and get it. So it'll be first and goal to go, or second and goal to go now from the 27-yard line. We're at 3:25 remaining.
I think Tuskegee should stick with these jerseys.
It's your new glasses, man. If you don't know, Lassiter was diagnosed with a sensitivity to light, so he's got these prescription sunglasses. Everybody in the booth thinks he's trying to be cool.
Well, few fans did ask for autographs, but I said not today.
After the game. They get it on the ground, Tuskegee does, to get the clock geared up. Mulba on that carry right side. But it's a very clean look for Tuskegee, just the gray trunks, white jerseys, and crimson numerals. No yellow to be seen.
I like the look. I hearken back to that Grambling game where they came out with the white numerals on yellow jerseys, and I said, this is going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah. Sometimes a lot of consideration does not go into the choice of the jerseys based upon what needs to be shown from a broadcast perspective.
So are you giving a shout out to A.D. Ruffin?
Indeed.
In the fourth quarter?
Yes, sir, we are. Good choice on the unis here. Davis, pressure, lost the football. It's loose on the surface, corralled at the 40-yard line by Lawrence McConnell, and almost picked that one up in stride.
Fortunate that wasn't recovered and returned, as you mentioned, by Kentucky State. A fumble at the quarterback position, the last thing that Tuskegee wanted, because you've got to be thinking, even with this big lead, their defense is still thinking, we want this shutout for the second half.
Yeah, no question. That's got to be in the back of their minds. As they come onto the football field now, they'll have to stop the Thoroughbreds, who will pick it up from the 41-yard line after the fumble recovery. But you were talking about A.D. Ruffin, and shout-outs to him about the jerseys. Also a shout-out to him for the athletics department creating this Military Appreciation Day in conjunction with the fall open house.
Well, not just that. If you look carefully, you can see the light stanchions have been installed here at Abbott Stadium. They're not completed, but I would say they're about halfway there, and it'll be the first time for lights at Abbott.
And meanwhile, on the ground, a carry this time by Guy Dorsey. Dorsey got it up near the 42-yard line on the carry, but I think there's going to be a face mask added to the end of this carry for him as well. So that'll push the Thoroughbreds even further down the field. It'll put them down near the 25-yard line after it's all said and done.
Just to go back on that theme, Charles, you talk about the improvements at Abbott. They have been incremental with the field house to our right, the upgrade of the shed, the installation of the artificial turf, and the installation of lights that is going on currently.
And let's not talk about where we are with the modifications to the press box area that basically blew it out from where the president's reception area would be here inside the stadium, since he's now down at the field house, down the sideline, and the touchdown grab going to be made there by Anderson. So the Thoroughbreds break the streak for the Golden Tiger defense. They score in this second half of the football game with 2:03 remaining. Tuskegee had gone 3 games in a row where they didn't allow any points in the second half. That time, the piercing pass from Johnson to Anderson at the right side of the end zone results in the 6th for Kentucky State.
Cale Anderson is listed as a GR on the Kentucky State roster. I'm going to assume that's freshman and not graduate student.
No, you can. A lot of times they'll be listed as grad because everybody got that extra year with COVID. And then some students, like Kentucky State, I think they offer grad courses, but sometimes you'll see grad students listed even though they're just taking general courses to continue to use their eligibility.
Nice catch. Yeah. So that's the grad student making the catch.
There it is. Glover with the point after attempt, he knocks it through. So with 2:03 remaining, the Tuskegee lead now 38-23 as the Thoroughbreds take advantage of a fumble recovery and a big face mask penalty by that TU defense, and they score with the pass from Johnson to Anderson. So all things come to an end at some point, And that second half surge by that defense for the Golden Tigers ends here with the Thoroughbreds scoring.
But some things will continue, Charles, as it appears to be a fourth consecutive week of a very happy coaches show at Vibes this coming Monday.
Indeed it will. All we're asking is for you to come out if you're in the Tuskegee area. Interesting conversation with Coach James each and every Monday night, 6 o'clock start time, just before Monday Night Football. Great food and a good crowd there.
You want to give the directions to Vibes? Where is it?
Oh, it's in Tuskegee, right down on MLK Avenue, just blocks from the Tuskegee campus. And a great restaurant. I didn't know about it until we went to do the survey on an onside kick coming here by the Thoroughbreds. Under the scrum, I think they're going to have this football on the onside kick. Tuskegee trying to argue some of the players that it didn't get the necessary yardage before they covered it. But that football was tumbling forward, and Tuskegee trying to get there, but it looks like the Thoroughbreds, just on pursuit, got there first.
Also, another negative thing about that last play, Reggie Brigman, one of the best receivers for Tuskegee, came stumbling out of that scrum.
Yeah, you see him there trying to get out from the bottom of the pile on the shot we have down there at field level. TU is saying that they have the football.
Field is that Kentucky State did not touch the ball. 46-yard line. First down.
So the football will belong to the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
Tuskegee's defense extremely animated as they come back on the field.
Yeah, they tried the onside kick, got it up to the necessary yardage.
Watch Javon Miller, number 26. He came bouncing onto the field from the sideline position for Tuskegee, saying, okay, they got the ball. We're going to play this last 4 minutes out and show them what we have. Let's last 2 minutes out.
Yeah, they were fired up about the opportunity, knowing that that they really probably didn't have to get back onto the football field so early here in this session, but they know that just the touchdown that was just given up, this is a chance to make some redemption here, where the Thoroughbreds will have the football with a short field to work with just from their own 48-yard line. It looks like, well, they'll put this football down.
It's going to be really interesting, Charles, to see the attitude and body language of the Tuskegee defense once they break this huddle and come back onto the field for this next series by Kentucky State.
While we have a chance to play has stopped momentarily, I want to thank the recruiting and admissions team here at Tuskegee University for organizing this fall open house. It's an annual event, but they're just really going out an extra step and measure this year to really make it an all-encompassing thing for these high school students to take a look at Tuskegee in its totality and help them make a better decision about coming here as a student. Let's go down field level. Dylan.
Charles and Mark, I was on the Tuskegee moments ago, and offensive lineman Terrence Jordan was exclaiming to his team, not just the offense, but the defense too, come on, this game is not over. We have to stay focused. We have to keep our heads in the message was, again, the game is not over, and we field right now, but hopefully the message from their offensive teammate, Terrence Jordan, will sink in here, and Tuskegee locks in and secures the victory with just a couple minutes to go. Charles and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. You're right. 2 minutes remaining. That was a time out on the field at that 2-minute mark. So at 38-24, play set to resume now. And it's like a new quarterback out there for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Try to make out that number on this first play from scrimmage. Backpedaling, slipping once now. Here comes the pressure and the sack there. The quarterback is
Juan Gaines.
Gaines, the freshman from Orlando. And Tuskegee giving him a rude welcome.
Gaines is 6'3", 214. Watching him during pregame, Charles, he was running a lot of option formations. So wouldn't be surprised to see Gaines try to run a play himself in this position.
Yeah, he's a much heavier quarterback than Johnson, for sure, just body-wise.
He's also got those high-top shoes on.
Here comes the pressure. He'll unload across the middle. That one underthrown and incomplete, trying to get it into the hands of the wideout Hazard.
You know, a quarterback wearing high tops, that's definitely old school.
Yes, sir. That's Johnny Unitas back, way back in the day. So that's a quick third down coming here for the Thoroughbreds. Minute 23 remaining here. Gaines going to slide to left side, raises, fires toward the sideline. A good catch there at the corner by Jaden Hill. Hill with the sideline work for the catch, but check the laundry out on the field at the line of scrimmage.
Given where the flags were thrown, wouldn't be surprised to see a hold thrown against Kentucky State. You can see their offense retreating once again.
Hill unsorted here. Also want to extend special thanks to Nikki Jordan and Major Scott Doler for their work with the Military Appreciation Day Committee. They just really organized this thing, and just to be a part of it, just so many considerations going into it. So, backpedaling again, the Thoroughbreds. Coordination with Maxwell Air Force Base out of Montgomery, the flying team out of Peachtree City, Georgia, and so many other officers involved in terms of getting their units to be a part of a lot of the displays out there at Moton Field this morning. Just a spectacular example of what can happen when all the elements get together and work off of the same page. So they'll push them back now to the 31-yard line. Aaron James Show comes your way Monday on GTSN from Bob's Restaurant. And we're live at Central State on next Saturday for video and audio coverage from Tuskegee and Central State as Gaines is sacked again, this time near the 20-yard line. Good surge by the Golden Tiger defense, taking advantage of that momentum they had after giving up that score, coming back defensively.
And that big 99 on your screen is Terrence Mays with the multiple celebrations after that sack. Mays goes 290, and as we've seen, has the ability to flash speed for someone that large. Gets in on the sack in the backfield. He had another tackle for loss in the first half.
And just think about this, Mark. This drive for the Thoroughbreds started near midfield, and all they have done is just backpedal, backpedal, backpedal.
I smell turnover.
Gaines, snap, pressure at the corners. He'll go across the middle. Catch going to be made there. Wrapping up with that football on the route was Samuel Mono. And right behind him, Malik Moore on the coverage for Tuskegee. That'll be the last play of this football game. Tuskegee with a 38-24 lead with 12 seconds remaining. They'll have to run this play. The offense coming out there for the Golden Tigers. That'll just be to get the clock started on a kneel down. Michael King over on the Thoroughbreds sideline knows one of the coaches there and is having a little greeting with him. Not only he and McGuire head back to the Tuskegee side. So in a football game that Tuskegee started out with the first score of the ball game, they will end it on a knee by Malik Davis, and Tuskegee wins it 38-24 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Players making it to midfield to congratulate each other on a cleanly fought football game. So the Thoroughbreds now go to 2-6, still looking for their first conference win, fall to 0-2, and for the Golden Tigers, it's win number 4 in a row. They go to 4-3 overall and 4-1 in SIAC play. Take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Is he going to get coached, do you know?
Greetings and welcome to Tuskegee, Alabama here at Abbott Memorial Stadium. We want to welcome all of our visitors here, especially Military Appreciation Day here at Tuskegee University. We welcome the parents and others who are coming to visit Tuskegee at this open house. Go TU!
I got you. For the touch. Okay, back for it, right? Yeah, okay, got you. Are we doing coach first or?
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, just take your time.
Kill some time and then we'll have Coach ready. I need you dry race.
Okay. Okay.
As a Tigers challenge, we kicked off the day with 4 events. Those events being the sprint track carry, the ammo can press, the tug of war, the push-up last man standing,
More money, more problems. More guns, more violence. I be the trouble case. I feel like John guy. How about a Benz, baby? I feel like John life. I feel like taking some drink right now and pouring it over my neck. We ain't never turned down.
It's LT tapping in. Y'all might as well give us the trophy. Commander's Cup. What is it, 2024? Yes, sir. You ready?
The winners of 2024. Say what?
More money, more problems.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Back live here in the postgame. Tuskegee with a 38-24 lead win over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Mark, we talked about this ball game coming into it. Significant win for the Golden Tigers as everything in the SIAC with Miles and Clark Atlanta playing each other today. We don't know how that one actually played out, but Tuskegee certainly not hurting itself this afternoon with the win over the Thoroughbreds.
You've got to appreciate the simple things, Charles. It's always much easier to listen to the alma mater as a football team when you win as opposed to when you lose. And Tuskegee winning its 4th straight is getting the taste of what it feels like to be, again, one of the premier teams in the SIAC.
Yeah, a good run for them, running off their last 4 as we get into the latter half of their season. Every win important for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And we talked about it at the top that this was a team that they had to be careful of, that they didn't want to just stumble over and run into a trap here and fall to the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. But they were able to keep the momentum with that win this afternoon.
There are no gimme games in the SIAC. The only thing that I feel disappointed about is the fact that we put the kibosh on the Tuskegee defense in the 4th quarter. We both did. I'll take credit.
You said it last.
And they weren't able to pick up their shutout for the 4th consecutive game. But credit the Tuskegee defense with another strong effort.
Indeed. They had to come back after anticipating not have to with about 2 minutes left in the ball game. And they just had that energy coming out on the field and just pushed the Thoroughbreds back in the wrong direction, just showing that they were mindful of what had happened, but now they got it back on track on that last stand. Down at field level, our Dylan standing by with head coach Aaron James. Dylan.
Charles and Mark, I got Coach James with me here after a big win for the Golden Tigers. Coach, I want to start with the defense first. They really stepped up in the second half, and were there any adjustments made, or did the players just execute better?
No, it was adjustments made. They were trying to pick us, nickel and dime us down the field. So we went in at halftime. Coach Ken Watson and the staff made up some adjustments, and then we saw everything came to fruition in the second half.
That's right. It definitely came to fruition in the second half. All right, let's transition over to the offense. It really seemed like you had the run game going all day, and then you were able to build off that and have some explosive plays in the passing game. How were you guys able to really have everything clicking on all cylinders offensively today?
Man, everybody just had a good week of practice. Coach Williams, he came in with a game plan and what we saw on film, and he executed with it. He stuck with it. And the guys just played hard, the offense and the defense and special teams. These guys, they go through so much and, come out on Saturday and just put their all in it. But my hat's off to Coach, the Kentucky State coach. They came in ready for us, but but we came out with the W today, so I'm proud of my guys.
And speaking of a W, that's the 4th straight W for you, Coach. We talked about you just clicking, the offense clicking on all cylinders. How is this team clicking on all cylinders right now? What are they doing to have these wins every single week right now, 4 straight weeks?
We just stay in the course. I mean, it's one game at a time. I mean, that's what it is. We stay in the course one game at a time, and next week we got to travel up to Central State. So, I mean, like I say, just one game at a time.
Let's keep on building, Coach. Great win today. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Charles and Mark, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, head coach Aaron James. After the Golden Tigers win their 4th straight and push their record to 4-3 now and 4-1 in SIAC play. Mark, Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Total yardage went in favor of the Thorobreds for 462 yards, but 381 for that Tuskegee offense. And as Dylan asked Coach James, they are really kind of getting that balance between throw and run now to make them a lot more effective offensively.
Credit 2 plays for Tuskegee on defense. The huge fumble return for touchdown and the extra huge goal line stand inside the 1-yard line.
Well, you're giving us a quick cue to jump right into our Alabama Power TU play of the day. And for that play of the day, we'll take a look on screen, and here it comes by Alabama Power. This one up the gut, and guess who's on the back end of that reception from the pass by Bill? That's Quavon Beckford, and Beckford with that score to get Tuskegee really going here in the early parts of this football game. That duo met twice in this football game for throwing opportunities for touchdowns, and Beckford with those catches from the pass by Bill. Now, flip side of the ledger, you talked about some good defensive work. How about a Coca-Cola defensive play of the day? And it comes on this particular stand by the Golden Tigers, and it took place early on with Juan Kimber picking up that loose football on the fumble at the 6-yard line, and Kimber able to take it 94 yards to the other end and score the touchdown for TU on the defense. So that's your Alabama Power TU play of the day and the Coca-Cola defensive play of the day for Tuskegee University as the Golden Tigers win their 4th straight over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State here this afternoon on Military Appreciation Day and Fall Open House here at Tuskegee University. High school students with a good chance to see the extracurricular part of their open experience to Tuskegee as the Golden Tigers win it over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Mark? Great ball game. We're on the road next weekend to Central State. Expect to see more and certainly the same pristine coverage by you in the booth.
Well, always great to work with you. I was in the stands before the game started, about an hour before kickoff. People at Tuskegee are already starting to talk about homecoming.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's the 100th, so you know it's going to be big. And A.D. Ruffin has already promised us our 100th jerseys to wear on that day. Those are being promoted as a celebration or commemoration thing that you can help support the school as a part of your purchase of those unique jerseys, and we encourage you all to do that. Once again, Golden Tigers win it this afternoon 38-24 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Again, special thanks to the Appreciation Day Committee for Military Appreciation Day, Nikki Jordan and Major Scott Doler leading that committee, and to the Recruiting and Admissions Office at Tuskegee for another wonderful fall open house here at Tuskegee University. Special thanks to President Dr. Mark Brown, Rhonda Rice, the Chief Operating Officer here at Tuskegee University, Director of Athletics, of course, A.D. Reginald Ruffin for the great work he's doing with the network and with athletics, and to Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletics Director, Tanya Lee and Stefan Smith in Communications and Marketing, and Jordan Benson for his typically great work as Sports Information Director here at TU, Nick Brown, Game Day Operations, and to our production team led by the Burnett duo, Marcus and Lisa Burnett, producing and directing for us, and to perhaps one of the best camera crews in all network coverage of college football. Special thanks for them. And special thanks to our sideline reporter, Dylan Matthews, and my sideline, our booth partner here in the booth, Mr. Mark Laster, for his coverage of TU Sports. Charles Ward here saying thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. See you from Wilberforce, Ohio next Saturday with our video and audio coverage as the Golden Tigers meet the Marauders of Central State. That's a 1 o'clock start. Expect to see us 30 minutes with the Booster Displays pregame show 30 minutes prior to kickoff. Until then, Charles Ward saying thanks so much for watching. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.